Oh, right. I think everything is working. My mic is working. The sound is very low, but I think it's coming from the game, cuz I lowered it quite a lot last time I played on the other save that I have, cuz this is a brand new one. And I'm hoping to play the start of the game today, see how far I go, see how long I feel like playing, and when I'm done, I'm done. I have played quite a lot of Genshin. Well, I don't actually know how much I've played, like how long, but I know that I've played like all the Mondstadt story, all the Leeway story, and I'm in Inazuma, and I didn't go very far. So that's what I've played for the game. And I started on the PlayStation and then transitioned to PC when I actually got a computer that could run the game and not die at the thought of doing it. So yeah, that's my experience, my credentials, if you will. And this is basically just me wanting to play more games and giving myself a reason to do that, because I usually stream art, and it's something I mentioned this morning that I want to do more game stuff, and so we're starting with this one. Do I have, because I have two screens. The game is on my main screen, and I have two layouts, which is this one and this one, and I'll basically remove the little avatar when there's cutscenes, if I remember. But I want to remove the avatar for the cutscenes because they're really pretty and I really like them. The only thing is that I would play with a controller, but since the game doesn't let me, like when I play with keyboard and mouse, I can click out of the game fairly easily. I can just click on OBS with no problem. But when I play with a controller, I have to like use the Windows key to basically tell the game like, oh, now I'm using something else, and like it takes me out of the game, and I don't want to do that right now. So my skills will be very limited because I'm pretty bad at playing like that, but that's okay. Anyway, let's go. And I'm gonna monitor the sound, but if it's not great, just tell me. I'm so excited.
So, what you're trying to say is that you fell here from another world? But when you wanted to leave and go on to the next world, your path was blocked by some unknown god?
Outlanders, your journey ends here. Who are you? The sustainer of heavenly principles. The arrogation of mankind ends now.
I love her magic. It's so cool. Okay, so I played Lumine for my first game, like the one that I have on my main account, but I think I want to play Aether for this one. And I don't have any idea what I want him to be called. But I have a small preference for the name Atlas. I think it's a very cool name. My main account is called Laufina, because that's basically my username on every game ever. But I said I was doing something different, so I think Atlas is good. Let's go. Goodbye.
Wait! Don't go! Give my sister back!
And goodbye part 2.
And just like that, God took away my sister. Some kind of seal was cast upon me, and I lost my power. So while we used to travel from world to world, we are now trapped here.
I love the implication that there's like more words.
How many years
More
ago
worlds.
was it? I don't know. But I intend to find out. When I woke, I was all alone, until I met you 2 months ago.
Yeah, Paimon really owes you for that. Otherwise, Paimon likely would have drowned. So Paimon will do her best to be a great
She's
guide.
so cute. I love her. She's adorable.
We should head off. Let's get going.
Okay. And now... Whoops. Oh, I like to be very far. Okay, does it register? Yes, it does register that I have a French keyboard. And I know there's... Do I have the stamina to swim over there? Because I don't think I do. And... Yes, okay, everything is in English. Good. Haha. I'm not used to the regular... to the keys anymore. I'm more used to the Warframe controls, which are not the same. Press B. Oh, B is really far. Okay. I have the basic, really basic blade. And that's it. That's all I have. Okay, and the teleport points. Open the world map, select an unlocked teleport waypoint to teleport to that location. Which I will do very, very, very often. I love the teleport options. They're great. But for now we only have this one, so. Follow the mini-map. Press M to open the world map. Okay. Oh, that's a very small area. I usually do it with Alt. If you press Alt, you can unlock your cursor, and I usually use that and then click the options. I don't think there's anything else we can get from here.
The path ends here. Guess we'll just have to climb. Climbing depletes stamina, and depleted stamina takes time to recover.
She's so cute.
Okay, let's take the route we planned.
I don't think we planned much of anything
Which of the
except
7 are you looking for exactly?
find my sister. I'm going to be picking everything that I see from the very start because I want to get as many achievements as I can. I don't believe I can get them all.
Wow.
But I can try.
across the land to show the Seven's protection over the world. Among the 7 gods, this god controls the wind. Paimon's not sure whether the god you're looking for is the animal god, but Paimon will take you to the animal god's place first, and there's the reason why.
Because they make really good food in the city. Prologue Act 1, The Outlander Who Caught the Wind.
As we all
Okay.
know, poetry and language flow like the wind. There'll definitely be someone there who knows about your sister. At least that's what Paimon thinks. Whether the gods actually answer you is a different story. You never know unless you try. So let's hop to it.
Coucou, nickel, on gagne des trucs en regardant ton stream. Ah ouais? Ah, je savais pas. Trop bien. C'est vrai que j'ai pas regardé si j'avais activé ça, je t'avoue. Bah tant mieux. Par contre, un truc que je vais faire. She is too big. Okay, and a little higher. Perfect. Quel bon jeu quand même. Oui, c'est les drops, toi aussi tu gagnes. Et bah très bien. Mais je pense que je les gagnerai sur mon autre compte, par contre. Mais très bien. J'allais te dire. Oh là là. This is the very beginning. I haven't been here in like a million years, unless it's for quests.
Swim right over.
I can. I hope I'm not gonna drown. No, I have the stamina for this. The bar is so small. And I now have powers. Amazing. And also the map. Oh, that's annoying. I need to fix that. There's so much stuff in Mondstadt now. Okay.
Ooh, did you just feel the elements of the world?
I mean,
Seems all you had to
yeah.
do was just touch the statue and you got the power of animal. As much as they may want it, people in this world can never get a hold of powers as easily as you.
No, I think I'm gonna click the options.
It's a bit rude to say that about the power the gods just gave you.
I meant more can't be good about the fact that I'm the only one who can get powers, but yeah, I guess it is rude.
If we keep heading west from here, we'll eventually reach Mondstadt, the city of freedom.
Yeah, it's right in front of us.
Mondstadt is the city of wind because they worship the god
Oui.
of animal.
J'aime beaucoup Paimon. Je la trouve trop chou. Je sais qu'il y a beaucoup de gens qui la trouvent pénible, mais moi je l'adore, elle est trop mimi.
So perhaps because you got power from the god of animal, you can find some clues there.
Mais j'avoue que j'aime mieux sa voix du début que la voix de plus tard qui est quand même vachement très aiguë.
There are also lots of bards there, so perhaps one of them has heard news of your sister.
I mean, yeah, but
Let's move
I'm
then.
not sure it's the kind of fun stories that they want to hear. Oh, my sister went missing. Elle est
The
pénible.
elements in this
Non.
world responded to your prayers, and Paimon thinks that's a lovely sign.
Elle est chou. Nope. All right. I forgot it was that. I have the... Oh, I forgot you could do that. I have the electric ones right now, which I don't like very much.
These are the animal powers you got from the statue of the Seven.
Yes, finally.
Paimon's so jealous. Why doesn't Paimon get cool fighting powers?
Because Paimon can fly. Okay. What was I saying? Yes, I have the electro powers on my other account, and I don't like them very much. But so far, I haven't unlocked the... Oops. Okay, that was the wrong key. I haven't unlocked the Natlan power, but that's all. And I don't like much of the other ones. Okay. There has to be more stuff on the way. I've done a ton of exploration in this area. Mostly for like rewards and stuff. Oh no.
What is that?
That
There's
is...
something huge in the sky.
yeah.
It's headed towards the heart of the forest. We must proceed with caution.
So yeah, I did a bunch of... I keep forgetting I don't have the wings. Anyway. Opening chests and stuff. The only problem is that the locations on the map, they're contributed through users. So when there's a new update and they add new chests and new things, it takes a while to update when the users submit them, and they're not always very accurate. So I found some that weren't shown, and I've looked for some that just weren't there. So it's kind of hard to find them all. Obtaining energy. Absorb elemental orbs and elemental particles to replenish energy. Dealing elemental damage, defeating opponents, or performing other actions might also generate elemental orbs. And Alt plus the mouse to show the cursor. Okay. I'm also then gonna do another thing, which is this. I'm putting you as small text. I'm sure that's gonna be fine. I'm also gonna raise the sound a little bit because you can't really hear the music otherwise. Anyway, one thing I noticed really late is when you read these, it gives you primos. Okay, let's go do some eavesdropping.
Huh? Look at that!
Don't be afraid. It's all right now. I'm back.
Is he talking to a dragon?
Who's there?
Oh, there it goes.
That was close. Paimon almost got blown away.
I mean, how surprising is that really?
Luckily, Paimon managed to grab hold of your hair. Thanks.
Good thing the dragon didn't notice us.
Just what was that? Paimon thought we were gonna get eaten.
Please no.
It definitely has something to do with that weirdo who was talking to the dragon.
Is talking to dragons normal?
Of course not.
It might be.
Oh, what's that? There's some kind of shiny red thingy on the big rock over there. Let's go take a closer look.
Yeah, because that's the
Be careful.
safe
Paimon
idea.
doesn't have a good feeling about this. Paimon's never seen a stone like this before, so Paimon can't tell what it is. All Paimon knows is that it's dangerous. Best we put it away for now. Okay, we
Yes,
got
boss.
it. Now let's get out of here.
I mean, it was technically on our way. Eh. Okay, one thing you will learn very quickly is that I'm bad with maps and directions, even with like
Hey, you! Stop right there!
an actual map shown on screen.
May the Animo God protect you, stranger.
Well, thanks. He just
I am
gave me a
Amber,
blessing.
outrider for the Knights of Favonius.
She looks so professional when she does that.
You don't look like citizens of Mondstadt. Explain yourselves.
It's not gonna last though.
Well, we're not looking for trouble.
That's what all the troublemakers say.
That's right. Hello, I'm Atlas.
Doesn't sound like a local name to me.
Okay,
And
sure.
this mascot, what's the deal with it?
That's so rude. We're friends.
I mean, we've only been traveling partners for 2 months, but we've already become the very best of friends.
Exactly.
So to sum it up, you're traveling partners, right? Well, look,
Yes.
there's been a large dragon sighted around Mondstadt recently. Best you get inside the city as soon as possible. It's not far from here. I'll escort you there.
Thanks.
Oh, aren't you out here for some other reason?
I am, but not to worry. I can keep you both safe while doing that too. Besides, I'm still not sure if I can trust you two just yet.
That's a rather rude way to speak to guests.
I'm sorry. Probably not something I should say as a knight.
Yeah.
I give you my apologies, strange yet respectable travelers.
Thanks. Nice.
So fake.
Nah. She's trying.
Do you have something against the type of language usage prescribed by the Knights of Favonius handbook?
There's a handbook. I mean, I shouldn't be surprised if there's a handbook.
Outrider Amber, reporting for duty. Just say the word if you ever need my help.
4 stars. Amber. I hate playing bow characters. I'm gonna be so honest. I hate playing them. I'm bad at playing them. It's not gonna be my proudest moment. Okay, and I have put a cream on my arm. I think it's good. As an archer, Amber is ideal for taking down targets from a distance. Press 2. Oh, yeah. Can I do it like that? Yes. I can also click and hold, which is much more practical than clicking a specific
suspicious
key
travelers, what are you doing in Mondstadt?
when it's for one.
He got separated from his sister
One
during
target.
a really, really long journey.
I have another weapon. Oh, I just got one. 23 to 33. Cool. Anyway.
Paimon is his travel buddy, helping him to find his sister.
Oh, looking for your family? Huh. Okay, let me finish my other stuff first, and then I can help you put up posters around the city.
What exactly is it you need to finish doing first?
It's simple. You'll understand in a bit.
Snapdragon. Cool. I know you need a lot of stuff to improve the characters, so I'm just picking everything. Oops, there's one here. Can I? Yes. Bam. Whoops.
A reward on the road. Yeah.
The character I use the most when I'm playing... Oh, because I'm supposed to go here. The character I use the most when I'm playing on my own game is Kaya. And... who else?
A hilichurl.
Quick, get it!
Sure. And who else?
These monsters have been getting too
Ningguang,
close to
a
the city
lot.
recently. My task this time is to clear out their camp.
Yes.
Windblade!
Oh, I'm so used to Kaya's powers for this. It's so weird. It feels so different, especially since I keep trying to use the
Nothing to it.
glider.
Though I've gotta say, you surprised me a little with your moves there.
Huh, I know how
Thanks
to
for the
fight,
backup.
actually.
How'd it feel?
Barely broke a sweat.
Now that you
They're not
mention
tough.
it, how is it the hilichurls ended up here? These creatures don't seem like the
They
type to
walk.
set up camp so close to cities like this.
Exactly. It's more normal for them to be much further out in the wilderness. But because the dragon, Storm Terror, has been around a lot more recently, our orchards have been destroyed and the local market has been affected as well. When the storms hit, we usually end up with at least a few injuries, so the Knights of Favonius have been tied up doing the best they can to defend the area.
So these annoying creatures have been getting closer and closer to the city?
Exactly. That
Basically.
said, clearing this camp helped make the area a little bit safer.
Hmm.
Come with me. A responsible knight must make sure to see you to the city safely.
Sure, but we're gonna pick up everything around here first.
Is this
And yeah, I
an
can't
answer
wait to
from
have the
this
glider.
world?
Collecting wood. Oh, I'm not reading the details of each specific wood. But basically we need those for the teapot. So I'm gonna be trying my best to collect it regularly. How many is there? So many. About pyro. Pyro attacks can cause beings to become affected by pyro. Well, to get burns, basically. When pyro meets other elements, it often triggers an elemental reaction. Weak spots. Aim shots are great for making precision attacks on opponents' weak spots. For most humanoids, aim for the head. Yeah, that was the plan. Oh, got nothing. Cool. Thanks. This little, on the mini map, the icon that is over there, I don't think I can do it right now. So we'll do that later. We're gonna go to the city first. Aren't they supposed to teach me how to cook?
What's that?
Never go adventuring on an
Yeah.
Smells so good!
In my very first game, I accidentally snuffed out the fire while trying to speak to her. And then I couldn't figure out how to get it back on because I didn't know it, like I could use Ember. So I just gave up and went to the city like, oh, what am I gonna do?
What should I
Hello.
cook next?
I don't know.
Oh, are you travelers from around here as well?
No, we just happen to be passing by. What are you cooking? Smells good!
I see. Welcome, travelers. I'm Lynn, the survival expert of the Adventurers Guild. As you can see, I'm experimenting with some new recipes. Eat before you go. The first rule in the Wilderness Survival Guide.
Picnic? Oh, Paimon
A
just
very good
loves
rule.
picnics.
I also do that all the time.
My travel partner here is good at cooking as well.
I can only cook a few simple dishes.
That's
I don't think I
okay.
have
Let's see
any
what you can
recipes
do.
at this point.
You won't get a lot of chances like this to learn from a survival expert. There are some mushrooms and meat in the barrel over there. Try making a chicken mushroom skewer for me.
Yeah. I got through the barrel first. And so now...
I'm the survival expert of the adventurers.
I can only make one? Okay, sure. Bam. I'm a pro. I'm so good at cooking. Are you impressed by my talent? I'm not too impressed by my own talent. This is the most basic recipe. Okay, perfect. We have learned something.
Is it done? Mmm. Smells good. Let me try. Mmm. Mmm.
Gross. Please don't make that noise again.
Mmm.
Uh-oh.
Now that's really tasty.
Okay,
You are
good.
indeed gifted.
I have been approved
Paimon
for my
told you
cooking
so.
talent.
With your culinary skills, you should try more difficult dishes.
Oh,
I've
I
got
intend
some
to.
raw
Don't worry.
ingredients in my bag. Have them in return for this meal.
Can we really have them? Won't you run out of ingredients?
That's okay. You should be able to find lots of ingredients when exploring the wilderness. Don't forget to look carefully. There's also a restaurant in Mondstadt known as Good Hunter that sells food and ingredients. Go have a look when you've got the time.
I'm going to buy out all their ingredients every week. Because some of the ingredients reset daily and some are weekly. I'm gonna get them all.
Okay, thank you for the
As long as I
info.
have the money.
Hey, leave some chicken mushroom skewers for Paimon.
She's so cute. I love her. What did I get? Mushroom, wheat, bird eggs, fowl. Nice. The hardest thing to find for me is the meat. Except in later areas where you can kill the monsters for meat. Other than that, I always struggle to get this. Coucou Aya. Bienvenue. Okay, let's go into the city. The beautiful city of Mondstadt. Comment ça va?
Let me officially introduce the city of wind, dandelions, and freedom.
Okay, thank you Amber for that
Travelers under the
description.
protection of the Knights of Favonius, welcome to Mondstadt.
Ça va, ça fait une petite demi-heure que j'ai commencé, ça se passe bien. J'ai encore pas cliqué sur la mauvaise touche. Je profite.
Finally, no more having to camp outdoors.
I would never go camping outdoors. Not like that.
But the
They have
city
no
folk
equipment,
don't
they
look
have
too
nothing.
cheery.
Everyone's been put out of place by storm terror recently. But
That's
everything will
one way
turn
to
out
say it.
fine as long as Jean's with us.
Jean?
Jean. Oh.
Acting Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius. Jean, Defender of Mondstadt.
I've always wondered, because so far, with how far I got into the first game I have, she's always been the acting Grandmaster, but not the actual Grandmaster. And I don't know if we ever know who the actual Grandmaster is, or if it's just her title and it's someone for maybe for later or just never said. I don't know.
With Jean on our side, surely even the vicious storm terror will be no match for us.
Sounds like someone pretty impressive.
Before I take you guys to the Knights of Favonius headquarters, I have a present for you, traveler.
Oh, thank you.
It's a reward
I love
for
presents.
helping me clear out that Hilichurl camp.
I hope it's something good.
Hey, why doesn't Paimon get a reward?
Because you didn't do shit.
Because this reward is useless to you, Paimon.
Oh.
But I'll treat you to a traditional Mondstadt delicacy, sticky honey roast.
That sounds delicious. That recipe sounds delicious. and I only got it like really recently in the other game. And it's just, it looks delicious as well. Just amazing. Je sais pas, j'en suis même pas là. Ah mais t'as juste ouvert le jeu en fait, t'as rien fait d'autre. On a fait... j'ai blablaté pendant au moins 15 minutes sur 30.
Sticky honey roast!
Oh, it does sound so
Come with
good.
me. We'll head to the city's, high ground.
What's she gonna give me? Press J to open the quest menu. Navigate. Yeah, okay. What's that? Archon quest, City of Freedom. Oh! I didn't remember there was this. Maybe it's because I haven't done the Archon quest in a while. Press Alt to show the cursor and click here to navigate to the quest objective. Oh, I didn't know that either. Cool.
This used to be a bustling street, but with so many storm terror attacks recently, the usual
Damn,
crowds are
and
nowhere
book.
to be seen.
I don't remember what they
Except
do,
for the
but I know
local
you
tavern near
get
the
them all.
city wall over there. They haven't been affected. If anything, their business is better than ever.
I don't have a glider. We're gonna take the stairs. I don't trust my stamina to get me through this. And I'll get the teleportation point later. I really struggled with the one at the top of the tower. It took me ages to get it. I thought for sure there had to be something to it. Like something I didn't have or a skill or whatever. But no. Oh, because it's all the way up there. Okay. I thought we were going to the knights, not the statue. J'ai battu des monstres, c'est déjà bien. Oui. Oui, c'est vrai. Bon, ça veut dire que t'as encore de la marge avant que... qu'on puisse jouer ensemble. Mais je peux pas jouer avec Chacha, elle est trop forte. Enfin, je peux jouer avec personne de toute manière, mais...
So, the present I want to give you is a wind glider.
Yes! Amazing.
Outriders use them to ride the wind, and the people of Mondstadt love using them too.
Perfect.
I brought you here to give it
I don't
to
even
you
care
so
if
you
the
can
design is
experience
ugly.
it right away.
Oh, you're really excited about these wind gliders, huh?
Well, you can fly. It's
Well,
not the
that's
same for you.
because the wind is the heart and soul of Mondstadt. Alrighty then, enough talk. Let's give it a whirl. It's easy to use, but you still need to pay attention to my instructions.
Don't I need a license, maybe? Just saying. Dangerous, proceed carefully. Bon bah, je me dépêche alors. Eh bah, très bien. Whoop. What the... Oh, okay. Where am I going? I'm gonna touch the ground, I'm pretty sure. Before I get to her. I don't know. Yeah, there's the whole license quest later, which I hated. Cannot tell you how much. Okay, no, it's good.
The sky.
I like his outfit. I think it looks really cool. Uh-oh. Wait, what? I don't remember that. Please don't eat me. I promise I'm so nice.
Huh? How are you staying afloat like this with just a wind glider?
I'm preventing your fall with the power of 1,000 winds. Now, concentrate. concentrate. See yourself grasping the wind. Harness its energy.
Yeah.
Who said that?
Am I supposed to shoot him? These little spikes look different. Ooh. Okay. Okay. I can just shoot him wherever. Good thing he's making me fly. Because if I had to control this on top of aiming, I would just die. Oh, that was me. I feel so bad because he looks so cool. I don't want to shoot him. Goodbye.
Are you hurt?
You've actually got the power to go up against the dragon. Are you a new ally? Or a new storm?
I can be both.
Storm Terror is attacking Mondstadt itself.
Isn't that what he was doing before? Isn't that what she said earlier?
Kaya, Traveler, you've come at the right time. We must...
Hold on, Amber. Are you perhaps forgetting to introduce us?
He's so condescending. He's so... Ugh. I love fighting with him, but the little remarks he keeps making... Ooh. They fill me with so much rage. So much rage.
Oh, right. This is Kaya, our cavalry captain.
What cavalry? I've never seen them.
These two are travelers from afar.
Atlas and Paimon.
From afar. Is that all we know of them?
Yeah, basically.
Long story short,
I see. Welcome to Mondstadt. Though you
Why was
haven't
there a
arrived
cut?
at the best of
It's
times,
basically,
I'm
oh, I
afraid.
found them in the forest. Like 15 minutes ago. And they helped me beat up some monsters outside. Like, almost at the front gate of the city. What else is there to say? Anyway.
I understand the anguish of being separated from family. I'm not really sure why you're looking for the Animo God. Oh, but everyone has their secrets, right? Relax. I won't press you for more.
Why didn't we tell him? We told Amber.
First and
We should have told
foremost,
him as well.
on behalf of the Knights of Favonius, I would like to extend our thanks to you for your help just now.
That second sentence asking about the reward isn't really my vibe, so I'm gonna go with this one. Well, we couldn't just leave the situation to fester.
Your fight to defend the city against the dragon just now was witnessed by no small number of citizens.
I think there was also the fact that the cyclone just sucked me up into the clouds, and so I didn't really have a choice of what to do.
The acting Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius is also very interested in meeting you, and formally invites you both to our headquarters.
Nice. I mean, I wasn't gonna go without Paimon anyway, but... Dressing room. I don't think I have another one right now. The outfits. Yeah. Because when you start on PlayStation, they give you a special sword and a special glider. But you can only equip them when you're playing on PlayStation. So if I open this game on the PlayStation, I think it will give them to me. But when I come back here, I won't be able to use them, the glider or the sword, because I'm not playing on PlayStation, which is stupid. Police reward. Yeah, it's this one. And it's so cute. It's so pretty. So yeah, I think it looks nice. And in the other game, I have this one, and I constantly give them this one because the base one I think is really boring. And I've never unlocked any of the others. But I think this one would look cute on him. Yeah, they're reputation level rewards. And I haven't really focused on that aspect of the game so far. But I think I should. This one looks cute as well. I think when I unlock them, I'll give him this one or this one. This one will look a little cuter. I like green. It'll become very obvious very fast. Anyway, what are the quests? Oh, that's not the quests. It's the events. The artifacts. We have artifacts. Max HP gives him attack. Yeah, sure. And the profile. That. I hate that thing. It plays every single voice line. I don't see the point. And that's the story of each character. And it's a wall of text that I will not be reading. Sorry. Not sorry. Same thing for Amber. And I hate that the little thing doesn't go away until you listen to every single voice line. Like, please. I don't want this to be showing all the time. But I'll do it on my own time because it's annoying to do. And now I can do this. Ah, that's amazing. I missed the glider. I didn't have it for 10 minutes and I was lost without it.
This seems to be the Knights of Favonia's headquarters. Let's head in.
I'm adventure rank 5 already? Damn.
Jean, what's the hurry? I thought we agreed to meet them here.
There have been sightings of storm terror outside the city. Once we meet, we must...
Relax. I'll lend a hand when the time comes.
Jean, I brought them.
Make it sound like we've been arrested. Even more, if you can.
And once it was over, I brought them straight here.
Mondstadt welcomes you, Windborn travelers.
She's so cool.
I am Jean, acting Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius. This is Lisa, our resident librarian.
Lisa looks very cool. I hate using her as a character. I hate fighting with her. I don't like it. I think her big attack, magical attack, is very cool. Very useful. It's the only thing I use from her. Except to like give Electro to characters, to enemies. To then use Kaya's cryo. Because I hate fighting with her. She's so weak. Oh. But she's very cute, obviously.
Oh, are you sweeties here to help
Coucou,
us out?
bienvenue. Yes, we
You're
are.
both so adorable.
There's also a weird-ass quest where you're gonna sort of date with her.
Sadly, the timing is regrettable.
It's just strange. I don't remember it much, except that it was strange.
Storm terror has caused quite a ruckus in the region since its recent resurgence.
Bientôt sur Valo peut-être. Oui, bah, rêve toujours. C'est beau l'espoir, mais rêve toujours.
Simply put, Mondstadt's elemental sphere and ley lines are now akin to a yarn ball in the paws of a kitten. For a mage, it couldn't get much worse. My skin is one elemental particle away from a full-blown breakout.
Oh, poor baby.
If it weren't for this interference,
We don't
the
feel
Knights
the
of
difference
Favonius would have
in our magic.
better ways to help you than just putting
It
up
doesn't
missing
affect
person posters.
our character.
We simply ask that you repose in Mondstadt while we help you seek out your sister.
I really should help you out as well.
Paimon will help too.
Well, Paimon will follow and watch me help, most likely.
Good. In that case, we need a plan.
I have a
With
plan.
Storm Terror now directly
Fight the dragon.
attacking Mondstadt, we may have an opportunity to cut this problem off at the source. Lisa has revealed the sources of Storm Terror's power with her detection magic.
She has?
Is that so?
I don't remember that.
They're located in the abandoned Four Winds temples.
Oh, yeah.
Storm
True.
Terror's ability to whip up these kinds of storms can be attributed to it drawing power from the temples.
Our objective is to deal with 3 of the 4 temples. I trust everyone understands why we are only dealing with 3.
Paimon doesn't.
It must be a local thing.
Knights of Favonius, time is against us. The storm
mean,
is
not
rampant.
really.
There's no point in maintaining a defensive position. All right, we need to take initiative and act before the situation escalates.
Yeah, sure. I think the game would stop me from doing it, but like they say, oh, it's urgent. I'm pretty sure I can just go through the game and like go off to Fontaine if I want to and just do my own thing. Oh, the challenges, nice. Blessings. Okay, very cool. For artifacts. In forgery for weapon ascension. Oh, which is gonna be something for sure. Unlocking domains. A new domain has been unlocked. Domains hide precious treasures. Be sure to explore the domains scattered all over the world to find the treasures hidden within. I don't know which ones. I don't know if it's those ones that are like you can repeat them. Yeah, those you can do multiple times. A new domain has been unlocked. Oh, it's the same thing. Hydro. Wet environment and hydro attacks can cause beings to become affected by hydro. So, wet. Elemental reactions, just like pyro. Yeah, same as usual. We'll get that for every single element as soon as we encounter them. What are we supposed to do? Meet Lisa at the temple. She's right here, though. We are not doing wishes right now. What do we get for Amber? What? Isn't that the same one? What's the difference? Am I stupid? Whatever. Don't care. Oh. It's because I can level her up? Would I do Amber or would I do Atlas, though? I think I would do Atlas. Bah, Aya qui va se mettre au stream, on attend de voir. Mais tu vois, Aya, en un jour, lundi, j'ai refait tout mon truc de stream. Genre, j'ai fait tous mes deux avatars avec le rig et tout. Donc, en vrai, t'inquiète. En un jour, on te met tout en place et c'est bon. Oh yeah, I forgot. You need to do that. Bam, level 9. Okay, whatever. Doesn't really matter right now, I don't think. The level that I'm at. Lisa. What are we doing? No, I don't care.
Heading out?
Yes. Okay, goodbye. I don't care what you have to say. This is the 4 rooms the Knights of Favonius can afford. Wait, where's the door? Okay. Le truc c'est que je veux pas parler ni montrer ma grosse gueule.
From now on, the adventures will probably get more and more dangerous. We should make sure we're prepared.
Yeah,
We
sure.
could start by going to Mondstadt's blacksmith.
Oh, do we have money? Do we even have money? We have nothing. We have... Oh! We do have money, actually. We have 14,000. And we have 80 primos. I have, like... 12,000 on my main account. Oh, you can see it, but... This little number here. I have like 12k on my main account because I never used to do wishes when I was just starting. I didn't know how it worked and I was just like, okay, I'm not gonna touch that. So I just saved them for a million years and now I have like a ton of them. I'm gonna make you a little smaller again. Okay, you can see the amount of money I have, not that it matters, but... The blacksmith, sure. Mais oui, Aya, pour la caméra, en vrai, t'embête pas, hein. Y a plein de gens qui en ont pas et ça dérange personne.
There's the blacksmith.
Yeah, he hates me, I'm pretty sure. T'inquiète, je vois plus de tirager, donc ça me choquera pas.
Why?
That's so rude. You can just like say hello, I promise you. I'm so nice. I'm lovely. I also have money for once. I'm looking for a weapon. I want to find a weapon. No, I don't want to find a weapon
Over
for
there.
Paimon. That would
Take
be
your
very
pick.
dangerous.
Or if you need something else, I can make it on request.
Nice.
Wow, he does bespoke weaponry?
In a way.
Of course. I sell weapons, make them to order, and do refinements. All in the job description for a blacksmith. All you need is the ore.
Where can I get the
Anywhere.
ore from?
Everywhere.
I'm not buying it.
You look confused. Listen, I'll tell you where the nearest deposits are. Bring some back and I'll help you forge what you need. No need. I have other things to do.
Yeah, sure. No, so I'm not even spending my money.
Seems like
Cool.
a short-tempered guy. Was it something we said?
Take your pick.
No.
You'll find you're sick
Oui, mais même parler, je peux pas, j'aime pas ma voix. Et en plus, j'habite pas solo. Mais t'entends pas ta propre voix? Enfin, sauf quand si tu fais des vidéos après, mais... Do we have nothing shown? Oh, that's so annoying. Okay, we have a lot more of the map actually available, but that's for way later. I thought he would show us... I guess it's later. Because at some point, when you have this part of the map unlocked, it can show you where the deposits are. Like, actually where they are. And on the mini-map, they show as well. One thing I do need is the teleport point. Because if I don't unlock it right now, I'll realize later when I actually need it. Because I want to get back and it'll be really annoying. Also, are the shops open? Are you selling anything? Or are you standing here? Okay, great. Et ben, tu fais sans micro et tu parles dans le chat. Comme moi l'autre jour. Meet Amber at the temple. Ah, the glider. So cool. I missed that. One thing I really do miss is the bullet jumps from Warframe. I was talking about it yesterday, I think. It's the best movement mechanic of any game. It's the most fun thing ever. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's the very first one. You only have a few trials in this one, and then it's just done. You can redo them if you want, but there's no point. One thing I'm not looking forward to is the Dragon Spine Mountain. Because last time I didn't finish it on my own. A friend helped me, because I kept getting killed by the cold. And it was so annoying.
This is
Hi,
it,
Amber.
one of the deserted temples of the Four Winds.
Oh, no one told us why we're only doing 3. I guess I could have asked them. Maybe they would have told me.
These temples have been left to waste for years now. The people of Mondstadt almost never come here. There's a chance there's a monster nest or hilitrol camp inside.
That's
Even
fine.
Storm Terror has given up on its own temple.
What do you mean its own temple?
Yes. I also find it hard to accept, but Storm Terror was once one of the 4 winds.
Does that mean there's 3 other dragons out there? I want to meet them. I don't even care if they're bad guys.
Wait, did you just feel that?
No.
The wind here. Something's off. Let's go in and take a look. Be careful. The dragon's power is disturbing this area.
Okay, sure. I want to say I'm sure we'll be fine, but maybe we won't be fine. Maybe it will be too difficult for me, which would be a huge shame considering it's the very start. Recommended party level 4. I think we'll be fine. The Knights of Favonius have been mobilized to contain Storm Terror's destructive rampage. Venture forth with Amber, the Outrider, to the Temple of the Falcon. The Falcon? Boring. And stop Storm Terror from gaining the power within. Okay, sure. That's the adventure experience. These. I need so many of these. And a few crystals. Okay, sure. And there's only the 2 of us. This is so sad. Usually there's so many more. One thing I need to research is the team setups, like how it works. Because I usually just stay in the first one and switch them out depending on who I need. I never have like set teams.
You can use
Let's
that
go.
console to open the door. Wow, I can see so far into the temple.
Amber has the ability to aim and shoot. While aiming her arrows, they'll accumulate charge. Yeah, no, we've done that already. Is that an explosive barrel? No, it's not. Or it would have blown off already. Oh. Okay. Having a sword is so much easier on those. Whoops. Wrong key. I'm used to having more characters. That's okay. I'm sure I can deal with beginner temples. I'm sure it'll be fine. Oh, I thought I wouldn't do them all. Use elemental sight to see the elemental attributes of different objects. Each element has its own color. Green is Dendro, which can be ignited by Pyro. Opponents' wooden shields are attributed to Dendro, which can be ignited with Pyro skills, rendering them defenseless. I know I can burn their shields. I never use this. Maybe I should. Yes, I have burned something. Thank you. That was the goal. Can I shoot him? No.
Oh no! A horn! The
Where?
fighting must have got them riled up. Well, good thing I prepared.
Oh, that
my
does a lot of
secret weapon.
damage.
Explosive puppet
Maybe
berry
because
bunny.
they're really low levels. Oh. Where did the other one go? Did it die? Maybe it died. Ooh, another artifact. Cool. I keep expecting him to do... Oh, what is it called when you roll on the floor? I don't know the name. Oh. Whoops. Wrong key. Ok, not bad. Ouais, c'est ça. Genre une roulade. Mais je sais pas comment ça s'appelle en anglais.
Are those
Oh, I am
explosive
so
barrels
blowing
over
them up.
there?
Yes, it is.
Well, one shot should be able to blow them up.
Bam. Goodbye. Oh, boring. Come on. I'm not used to having characters who can't do like area damage like this. I like that she has that. I think it's cool. But her other attack isn't the greatest, so I usually don't use it. Should have died in the explosion this one. Don't worry. Okay. I don't know if it's worth it to break all the barrels and all the things, but I want to do more cooking. Oh my god, the reach is so low. I want to do more cooking, and in order to unlock a bunch of recipes, I have to buy them. But I know I want to also complete the ones I already have
Isn't this a
unlocked.
pyro monument? If we hit it with a powerful pyro attack, we might trigger it.
Where am I going from here? Well, I guess here. Oh, and it just not sent me all the way up. Okay, fine.
Dragon's breath. Is that
What
where
is
the
that?
power's coming from? Great. Let's smash it.
Oh, sure. Will it take... Oh, it will take damage from an
Phew,
emo
I'm tired.
elemental. I thought it would not. I thought for sure it would tell me, no, this is the wrong element.
But at least this way we've helped Jean out. In the past, we were at least able to defend the city and keep it safe.
Sure.
This, of course, is mostly thanks to Jean.
What are you gonna do against the dragon, though?
But now with Storm Terror directly attacking the city itself, the winds change. So too should our tactics.
Did you come up
It's
with
what
it?
Lisa likes to say.
Yeah.
Speaking of which,
Surprising.
the 4 winds we were discussing earlier, if you want to learn more about our history, you can ask Lisa.
No
I'm not
thanks.
saying I don't know our history. It's just... I mean, a librarian is supposed to be more knowledgeable than an outrider, right?
Yeah, sure, but it also sounds really basic. Challenge completed. Nice. What do we get? Adventure experience, some ore. There's nothing here, there's nothing here, then we're leaving. Bam. 1 done. 2 to go? I don't know if I'm doing both of the remaining ones. Probably, honestly. Meet Kaya at the temple. Sure. First though, we're gonna go and unlock that little statue. And also there's a Seelie on the way. And I want all the Seelies. Is it for that? Yes. Mysterious Seelie. Mysterious being called Seelie can be found scattered all across Tevat. If you follow them and help them get to their final destination, perhaps something special may happen. And when they say all across Tevat, they really mean it. These little thingies are everywhere. Everywhere. The guards with the shields that you can burn. Elemental burst. Consume all of that character's energy. Yeah, I know. Some of them have really long timers too. For the Traveler, it's not that long, but for some of them it's like 30 seconds or something. The currents, okay, and plunging attacks. Those can do a lot of damage, but I can never aim them right. So I rarely do them because I just never touch the enemies the way I want to. Bam. 1 Seelie done. Only probably 100 remaining.
Is
And
this
who
an answer from this world?
said fighting? Okay, no one. I thought... Well, not I thought. I heard the noise of an enemy, but there was nothing. It's just here? Oh my god.
Oh,
That's
it's
so
one
easy.
Of those consolidated wind things. Let's head back to the statue of the Seven at Windrise and offer it to the gods.
Well, I'm not
you
gonna
should
go
come
all the
with
way
me.
there.
Paimon will tell you about the rest
There's
later.
one right here. A statue. I think this one is my favorite one. It's so pretty the way it's
It's a
placed.
statue of the Seven.
I
Let's
know.
make an offering and see if the gods respond.
Of course they will. The world opens itself before those with noble hearts. That's so cute. Hi, welcome. Okay. More of the map. That's such a small part. In some of the later areas, unlocking one statue will unlock like this whole thing with just one statue. And there you can also teleport to them. I forget that. Worship. We have one thing to offer. And those will give the stamina, which is what I care most about. And all of these. The sigils I never use, so I don't really care about them. And that's also useful. But what I care really the most about is the stamina. I miss being a new player. I'm not really a new player. I have another account where I went... Well, I just went all the way to Inazuma. But I wanted to start fresh and do the story in order and not go through the whole map just because I can. So that's what I'm starting right now.
Blessings of the Seven?
And it's
In
been...
Mondstadt, people call them
Oh man, it's been
animalia.
over an hour. Okay, what's the...
They can be fitted into the statue's eyes.
That sounds weird. Yeah, it's not on here. You can't like see some of the icons.
Some stories say the statue's eyes
Like this
originally
one
had gems that were taken
here.
by swallows, but animalculae never had a physical form from the start.
I think it's like...
People with visions collect them to offer to the
These?
statues as blessings.
Let's see, can we climb this high?
Unlike
Or are we
other
gonna
swing
fall?
powers, you don't have a vision. But the rules of this world don't apply to you anyway, so keep offering
I don't need a
animalculae
vision.
and maybe you'll receive more blessings.
I'm dying because I just 100% explored Fountain. Yeah. We are very, very far from that. It's gonna take me a long time before I get to Fountain. I didn't even really get to it in my main game. I unlocked the area and I unlocked like some parts of it. Mostly because I wanted some of the waypoints. Okay, I didn't fall. Nice. But I didn't really do... I didn't do any of the story for sure. Oh, it's the ones with these. Okay. And I also didn't unlock a lot of the underwater things.
I'll keep this close.
Am I dumb? No, I was just looking in the wrong direction. That's fine. Bam, one more. I like the fact that you can offer them anywhere. Okay, now we're gonna go and find Kaya. Is his thing even on the map? Yes. Oh, it's all the way here. Oh, okay. Sure, it's not that far. Ooh. These we're getting. Because I'm pretty sure it's those that you need for the Traveler. And I used to look for them everywhere. So now I'm just gonna get them early on. I know some of the stuff I need for my favorite characters to level them. So I'm just gonna carefully get all of that. There's a waypoint here? Oh, there is. I never use it. Can we climb that or are we gonna fall? I guess we can try. I just returned to Genshin like last week and forced myself to explore Fountain. That's really recent then. Did you do all the other areas? Did you pull for Versa? No. I haven't played in like over a month, probably 2 at this point, and I don't really follow the characters, the new releases,
Is this an answer from this world?
so I just, whatever I get, and that's fine. I don't try to get specific characters. Mostly because I don't put any money in the game, so I know that like I have a limited amount of stuff I can pull for. Ooh, and I need to charge my phone again. When I inevitably change it in a million years, I'll get one with like the induction charging, and so I can just put it on a stand on my desk. Hello,
arrived.
Kaya. You've arrived. Yeah.
Come closer.
What did you expect?
Can you smell that?
Gross. I'm doing Natlan Archon while watching you stream. Oh, nice. I hope you're having fun. That it's a good quest. I have no idea what it's about. I can't smell
Something must
anything.
have happened in the temple. I imagine there will be slimes, hilly churls, and whatever's giving Storm Terror extra power.
Does he need
Oh,
extra
yes.
power, or is he
It
just
is going
that
to
strong?
be lively in there indeed.
Will it be
As
dangerous?
bustling as it may be, no, I can't imagine it will be dangerous at all. It's a pity that the Temple of the Wolf has been disturbed by such an atrocity. Let's head in.
Okay, we've had the falcon earlier, and now we have the
No
wolf.
one makes offerings to the four winds anymore. Yet the old winds never vanish. We need to clear out the temples for the four winds.
But then why are we doing only 3? I really should have asked that earlier. Who's your main, by the way? Mostly Ningguang, Gaming, Kaya, and what's her name? The lawyer from Leeway, who does pyro magic in huge damage. I never remember her name. I feel so bad.
My first chance to fight beside you.
Oops.
Think we'll make a good team?
Oh, I'm sure. As long as you stop telling me that I'm lazy. Ningguang, the hidden 5-star. She's so good. I love playing her. She's so good. Recommended party level 5. I think we'll be just fine. Deep within the Temple of the Wolf, the Knights of Favonius have been mobilized to contain Stormsterror's destruction. Venture forth with Cavalry Captain Kaya to the Temple of the Wolf and stop Stormterror from gaining the power within. Yeah, I think we'll be fine. And we're gonna get... We don't get Kaya? Oh. Maybe he'll just be added anyway? Because I'm pretty sure this is like an introduction to his power. Oh, no, it's not. At least not right away. Hello. Do you want to join my team?
Let me show you how the Knights of Favonius conquer our
Yes.
adversaries.
Perfect. What I also really like about Ningguang is that you can mine basically any mineral with her. Because she's just... like, she can break all of them easily.
If I'm not mistaken, the end of the temple should be up there.
Instead of using a claymore, which I don't like
How do
playing
you
at all.
know?
Experience.
Okay, I really need to charge
The
my
kind
phone.
of experience you get after years of dealing with things like this for others.
Whoops. That was my lamp. Which is kind of broken. But it's fine. I have a million cables going in every direction. I need to organize all of it. Okay, okay. That's fine. And
Seems all the other
here
knights
it
already
goes.
have their
Okay.
hands full.
let's pretend I didn't just almost break something.
What's the hurry?
Thankfully, G isn't here to remind me of that time I spilt water everywhere. There's water around. Opponents may become wet. Cryo skills can freeze water. Hydro opponents or opponents that are wet. Yes, I love that. Use this elemental reaction to gain an advantage over your opponents. Yes, I will. Whoops, that was the wrong key. That's fine. Oh my god, he does so little damage at this level.
Dodge this.
Oh, there goes the fire.
Traveler, unless I'm mistaken, you don't seem to have a vision.
Maybe it's just hidden though.
So how exactly is it that you're able to channel elemental energy?
I'm pretty sure I missed that the first time.
Very strange occurrence.
I just went to the statue and said please. You know, like a nice person. Can we not? Okay, sure, whatever. I mained her when I started Genshin because how elegant she is and dealing broken damage. She is very elegant. I loved her in the cutscenes in Liyue towards the end. That was so good. A flamethrower core is what gives the energy to shoot fire. Okay, sure. You see these not very often. Oh my god, that doesn't even one-shot them. You are so baby. You are so baby.
Freeze.
Space to ride up.
Here.
Yeah, I know.
Seems
There's
the path
nothing
ends
here.
here. Let's use the wind currents to fly up.
Love that. Love the wind currents. But yeah, the stuff in those temples, I don't think you use it very much. Except in other temples. She's rich and ready to sacrifice her jade chamber. I know! And she's just so cool! She's just so cool. Okay, Idle Himber. Sure.
Water! We can use
Damn.
this to put out fire.
Good idea.
I wasn't
Some
convinced
keen
in the beginning
observation.
because when you're
We should get June
introduced
to
to
give you a
Ningguang,
title
she's
and make
like,
you a knight.
oh my god, she's like kind of very powerful, and it made me think she would be like on the bad side, because she has so much power and she has a lot of reason to try to hold on to it. But no, she was just so amazing the whole time. And also, when I'm playing her and we're just exploring and doing nothing for a few minutes because I'm checking my phone, she doesn't tell me that I'm a lazy piece of shit who hasn't moved in too long. Unlike a certain someone. I love Kaya, but oh my god, sometimes I'm like, you are so rude to me. You're so rude to me. When I'm the nicest person. Underwater spikes make the area too dangerous to swim through. Freeze the surface of the water, create a safe passage across.
Freeze.
Sure. Oh, we're gonna have to
Speaking
time
of,
this.
Did you know? Storm Terror was once one of the 4 winds.
Yeah,
I'm not aware of the exact
Amber told us that.
details. If you're interested, you can ask the acting Grand Master about it.
I would rather ask Jean than Lisa. Is that where we came from? I think it just might be. What
Is
if
that the thing that
Ningguang
Storm
Ultimate
Terror is using
looks
to keep
like
its power?
Zhongli, but Jade Chamber? Oh,
Seems
that
probable.
would be very cool.
Let's deal
Oh, that
with
would
it.
absolutely be very cool.
Bravo.
I've
What a
never
performance.
played. I never got Zhongli as a character, but he does look very cool.
You are, to my surprise, a well-trained knight.
To your surprise? Well, okay,
the battles
thanks.
you just fought were sights to behold.
Thanks, that's nice of you to say.
I see you already have the knightly virtue of modesty.
Absolutely.
Stories of your heroic deeds to save Mondstadt from destruction shall be known throughout the City of Freedom, well into the future.
Maybe let's not go that far.
Please do visit me at our headquarters when you have the time. I also know a lovely tavern, if that's more your thing.
That's definitely not more my thing.
Quite
But that's nice
rewarding.
of you to offer.
No?
We've seized another temple from Stormterror's grasp.
I can take care of the rest here. You go take care of other things while I'm at it.
See you later then. Bye-bye.
Sure.
There's no way Hilly Turtles organized an ambush like this themselves. Not with their limited mental capacity.
I remember those guys. I hate
Thus
them.
you were behind this.
I hate fighting them. Do we have to fight him? Oh. No, we don't. That was pretty
Knights
cool.
of Favonius, always so inefficient.
Agree to disagree, but your involvement in this just made things a whole lot more interesting.
Did it really? Or are you just salty that he's here?
Knight of Favonius.
Ooh,
Please allow me to join you on your journey.
new character.
Guarding you on your journey sounds far more entertaining than any of the usual Favonius stuff.
That's kind of a terrible thing to say when we've known you for a day at most. Quest completed. And I got Kaya. Nice. Lisa at the temple. Okay, so that's what I thought. We're just getting...
Freeze!
Did it do this one? No, it did not.
Cool it!
I like using, Barbara for those. I think she's pretty efficient. Diluc, yes. The first time I played, I think it's later, there's a part of the game where you play as him. And I thought for sure he would be the last character they would give me. Because I'd have my main character, the Traveler and Kaya, who use swords. And I'd have Amber with a bow, and I'd have him with a claymore. And then they just didn't. And I thought, oh no. Do we go all the way? We're gonna start from here and follow the path. Pas de soucis, Aya. Passe une bonne après-midi. Oh, no, I don't want to walk. I wanted to do this, but now there's no point. Is it this path that I'm meant to follow? Yes, it is. Okay. Following the map, a very difficult endeavor. Oh, and can we increase his level? Yes, we can. Because I know for most of the early game I'm gonna play him. So, this is worth it. Do we have stuff to give you? Adventures. Critical damage or attack. We're gonna give you critical damage. The cup. And we're gonna give Atlas the other thing with the attack. Okay. Level 12. Nice. And now, right or left? Left. I'm still gonna kill them. I thought about it for a second and then I realized, yes, sure, worth it. Victims decreased movement speed. Oh, I didn't know that. All those things that the game told me ages ago and that I completely forgot about. You can freeze enemies. You can vaporize with pyro and hydro, melt, and the animalclay. Yeah, okay. Which I already got before. Wait, there's so many of them. I'm gonna kill you first. Oh, and their level is much higher than I expected. Why are you level 14? What the hell?
Freeze!
What? Stop being so strong, that's unfair. I'm only starting. I'm not a real beginner, but I'm still only starting. Do this. Yes, they do give wood.
How fortunate.
I hope that was worth it. I have no idea if it actually is. Yeah, no, that was the path.
What's the hurry?
I was gonna say, will I get it? But considering it's right here, I will get it. Tell me it's not floating. Bam. One more. Oh, if I go and give it, I can increase my stamina, actually. It's pretty nice. I won't do that right now, but... What? What the hell? Where is it? No, I'm gonna completely follow the path. Can I just walk in front of you? It seems like I can. A problem for later. And can I get one of these? Or is it gonna take me a million years to break? Okay, that was a little long. But that's fine. Ouch.
No escape!
This is where I miss having a character that does pyro damage that I don't have to aim. Which is why I mostly don't play archers. Because it's too annoying to aim them, and it's also, I feel, not the best, like the most practical thing.
Is this an answer from this world?
No, it is not. Forgot to tell you, but I accidentally got Sigewin, and now I lost 50-50 on Varessa. I have Kokomi, and I don't use Sigewin because her heal is not really good. I think I tried one of them, Kokomi, in the character trials, but I never got them. But I don't have a lot of healer characters, even in my main, my main game. And I just don't use them a lot. My strategy is the same as every other game. Be so much stronger than the opponents that I just deal them too much damage before they get a real chance to do anything to me. But it's something I want to look into. But since it's been so long, I haven't really got any of the newer characters, and I'm kind of curious about many of them. Wait, where did it go? Am I just stupid? Okay, well, I lost it. And I'm curious to try not really the Natelin characters, because I tried a bunch of them in the trials and it was kind of annoying to play them with the whole flying thing. One of the character trials I couldn't even finish it because it was so hard. But some of them look really cool.
Hey, cutie.
Hello, Lisa. Please
You're
don't call
going to
me
help
cutie,
me
it's
out
weird.
too? How kind of you. Don't hesitate to come to me if you need anything.
Why would a librarian be at the ruins?
Good question. Well, because Jean trusts me. So you should as well.
But I don't know Jean. Why would I trust her opinion? Bam. One more. Let's go. Which one is this one? She didn't tell me. Temple of the Lion. Oh yeah, it's here that there's all of these. Party level 30? Damn. Deep within the Temple of the Lion, the Knights of Favonius have been mobilized to contain Storm Terror's destruction. Shouldn't read this one, it's always the same. Venture forth with Lysa the Librarian. Who's never actually in the library, I think. I heard that Sigwin only works on Farina, and I don't have Farina. I remember I liked the character trial for Farina, but I never got her either.
I guess I could give
But
this
some
a
of
go.
the Fontaine characters in Natlan characters seemed really powerful in the trials. I don't know how that translates to when you actually get them and they're like lower levels, but when trying them, they were for sure very strong. Thank you, Lisa, for giving it a go, I guess.
I knew
Going
it.
all the way over
There
there.
was a strong elemental energy coming from deep within this temple.
Yeah, like all the
Paimon,
others.
Are you able to float across?
To what? To float?
Let's ride this wind current, shall we?
And she can't break the freaking things. This is why I don't like playing her. I don't know if I have any Electro characters that I actually enjoy playing that much. At the point where I am in the story, I have the Traveler in the other account. I have the Traveler as Electro. And the powers are okay. I still think the Anemo ones are the best. But other than that, I don't know. I don't think I have many characters.
Leave it to me.
Let's see. Okay, immune. What? Overload with Pyro and Electro. The resulting explosion deals area of effect pyro damage. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't remember that either. Lots of things I've forgotten. Lots and lots and lots of things.
Yep.
Okay. That took a little bit. Nothing over here.
It's an electro monument.
Oh, those are called monuments? Lisa's elemental skill can be unleashed by pressing or charging, or charged by holding. You can charge this one? Oh, it's the skill, not the burst. When the skill is fully charged, releasing it unleashes an area of attack, dealing massive electro damage.
No wonder. Let me try to activate it with a bit of electro power. Stand
Like
back,
this?
sweeties.
Okay, that didn't do
You've
anything.
been a naughty boy.
Okay. Not bad, I guess. Okay. Let's try this again. And get this on the first try. Yeah, it's better. It does quite a lot of damage. I'm never gonna use it either, because I barely play Lisa. But it's good to be reminded of how to play her. More leveling things. That's good. I know that after, like, the start of the whole thing, they give you Barbara once you're done with Mondstadt. And I know the first wish guarantees Noel. And I think that's it. But I'm hoping I get lucky and I get some good characters that I enjoy playing after that.
When it comes to wet enemies, I've got them covered.
Oh, true. I could have done that as well. But I like playing... Oops. You didn't see that. I like playing Kaya more than Lisa. Okay. Oh, another current.
Oh, another wind current.
Was there something at
Let's
the
ride it
bottom?
out from here.
No. For some of these, I've seen people do challenges where they try to basically beat the game with only one specific character, and the one I remember was Amber. And for some of these, they had to use like really specific things, because there's a portion of this which is unlocked with Lisa's power. You need Electro to unlock it. They were like, oh, how am I gonna do this? Which is something I would never do to myself. I think it would drive me insane. I guess we can do that. Oh, okay, we get
You're
a
in
cool
for a little
reaction.
You've been a naughty boy. Chain lightning can be set off between electro-charged opponents.
Okay,
The electrical
cool.
discharge caused by friction is only a little less shocking than love at first sight.
Please don't talk to me about love. I don't
Oh,
care.
you want to know
Enough.
about this gem? You're
What
kidding.
gem?
You're seriously asking?
Oh,
This is a vision. It's used by the Chosen to draw on elemental powers. In terms of mysticism, I suppose you could call it a magical lightning rod.
yeah, sure you can. Ooh, they're all aligning. Perfect. I thought I would have to jump, but no, this is the beginner parts. I don't have to jump,
What?
which
You've
is very
never
nice.
seen a vision? Just where exactly are you from? Are you
Well,
a
a
hilly
place that
troll with
doesn't
some
have
level
visions.
of reasonable intelligence?
That is so mean.
No, I doubt it. After all,
That's so
hilly
mean.
trolls aren't exactly known
Be
for their
nicer
smarts.
to me, Lisa. I already
And
don't like you.
You're more or less qualified to be a magister's apprentice.
I'm no one's apprentice. I don't need it. I know all the things already.
Break it, and we can head home and relax.
Isn't it this one that you need the electro
The
thing?
thought of putting my feet up and relaxing has me all fired up.
Well, I guess it's not in this one then. Whoops.
Dragon of the East, Lion of the South, Wolf of the North, Falcon of the West.
It's only the dragon that we didn't do.
They are the four winds of Mondstadt, affiliated with Barbados, the god of Animo. The Dragon of the East, Storm Terror, its real name is Dvalin. Though most in Mondstadt seem to have forgotten that in all this Storm Terror business. So now you know why Dvalin is only able to channel 3 of the four winds' power. Because it has been consuming itself from the beginning.
Why would it go to such
Because
lengths?
of hatred, I presume.
Hatred?
That's a simple answer.
Hatred for Mondstadt. Hatred drove it to become something more powerful than the wind itself. To become Storm Terror.
But why would one of the four winds hate the city it was supposed to protect?
Good question.
Uh,
Okay.
As a child of Mondstadt, it's something that's really hard to say aloud. Here, take this. It's a very old story from more than a century ago.
Is it the little... Oh. Well, it's not for now. Is there anything left? No, there isn't anything left. And we've been given a book. Which I tend not to read, I'll be honest.
Don't worry, darling. I'll take very good care of you. So...
Yeah. Can I not click? Oh, okay.
was going on about should hopefully be back to normal. Wanna go back and see how the knights are doing? But
Sure.
if you got anything more interesting to do, Paimon can come too. By the way, we obtained another Animalculus in one of the Four Winds temples, right? We might come
Two
across
even.
more of them in the future, so don't forget to offer them to the statues.
Don't worry, I want my stamina. I'm not gonna forget. We completed the prologue? The part 1 of the prologue. Adventure rank 10. Oh. There are various ways to obtain adventure experience and raise your adventure rank, whether it be completing various quests, looking for chests, completing investigations in your adventurer's handbook, revitalizing leyline blossoms. Oh, I forgot about the blossoms actually. Good point. You can obtain more adventure experience from these activities and increase your adventure rank. More challenges and opportunities will also open up to you as your adventure rank increases. Very good. What was that one? Yeah, I know, you just told me that. Quest menu. World quests. Talk to Catherine for the Adventurers Guild. Collect iron chunks. 3 iron chunks to give them for the sword I want. Oh, I need to do Catherine right now? Sure. Okay. First though, is there another? There's one right here. We're gonna go do that first. Because if I can unlock a large part of the map here, I can do a bunch more things. Especially for the first quest. Whoops. Yeah, I really do hope I get lucky with Ningguang. Is it at the very top? It probably is, huh? Oh, a bunch of thingies. They reduce stamina consumption. Use animal scales on them to create a wind current. That's good to know as well. Okay, sure. Electrocharge. Sure. Yes, we know. Superconduct. Okay. Because we need 3 of these for the quest, but realistically we need way more of them for the crystals. That they give. And later when we can send the characters on expeditions, I usually send them for minerals. Because I feel like it's a very efficient use of the time. Especially those that have like bonuses for certain areas. I don't have a lot of them, but... Well, right now I have none of them, really. It's across? Where the heck is it? Am I just stupid? Oh, it's right here. I'm an idiot. It was right in front of me. No. That didn't work. Okay, whatever. We will come back for it. Can I climb this? Or will I fall down? I think I can climb it. I've climbed several mountains in this game. And I've only fallen like 3 times. One of which was in the area near Liyue. But there's all the mountains for the... Oh, what are they called? I completely forgot what they're called. Anyway. And I was with a friend
I'll keep
and...
this close.
she was watching me climb and climb and climb and fall all the way back to the bottom. Maybe I can get it from climbing that tree? That seems like a bad idea. Okay, that's not what I wanted to happen. Because the menu said use animal on them to create a current. And that's not how they work. It's like you need 3 of them and it creates a current where you are. That was weirdly said. Okay. Those ones are a little far, this one especially. I don't like getting to this one. We have a trial thing. This is for later. We're just gonna go and talk to Catherine. See what she has to say. Which I already kind of know what it is, but... And also everyone is back. I don't know if I can buy a bunch of things from you. Oh.
Paimon can smell fisherman's toast.
True.
The aroma is coming from Good Hunter. A thick slice of soft white toast, topped with a generous serving of onion slices lightly caramelized by the toasting. Yum, yum. Paimon's made up her mind.
That makes me so hungry.
It's an emergency. We must order ourselves a generous serving of fisherman's toast from Good Hunter, pronto. It's
Sure.
on you, of course.
Well, I'm the only one who has money, so how surprised are we? And we want to talk to Sarah, who's the actual seller here. Welcome to Good Hunter. How can I help you? I'm gonna get food to go. Certainly, here's the menu. We're gonna get a toast for Paimon. Just one. We're gonna get... Actually, yes, we're gonna get all of these. And all of these. Because for now, I don't think I have many recipes that can, like, really help me. If I get into a bad fight, I can't even get the recipes? Oh, man. What do I even have in terms of recipes?
So delicious. Hum, nom, nom. Good Hunter's fisherman's toast is the best. This
Don't worry, I
might
can learn to
surprise
make
you,
it.
But it's actually a classic Mondstadt recipe that anyone can cook. You can try cooking it yourself if you have the ingredients. Can your cooking skills surpass that of Good Hunter's?
Yeah.
Why, Paimon would love to be your personal taster. Don't you let me down.
I think her being my personal taster is not going to be a problem. Considering just how much stuff, recipes we get to make. Because right now we only know these. We need fish for that. Fish is annoying to get. I'm not great at fishing in this game. I don't think I have all the bait that exists, and so I don't really know what to do. Need flowers for that one. That we can buy. Milk we can buy. Some of these we can buy or find. Critical rate. Max HP. As well as regenerate some HP. Oh, that's pretty good. Revive. And... okay. What I want to do, however, is get them to as high proficiency level as I can. Just so I have a few completed recipes to start. You have 5 eggs. If I don't miss one, I can complete that one as well. Which would be pretty cool. Okay, sorry, I was having a fight with the little fly that was annoying me for a while. But I muted my mic because that was very loud. Bam, 2. This one we can make only 1 of, but that's fine, it shouldn't be too hard. Some of the lighter recipes are really difficult to make. You have to time it just right. The area is very small. Ooh, that was close. I can complete this one as well, and then I'm out of ingredients, I think. But I'm going to see if I can make like flour and things. Okay, yeah, I'm out of pretty much everything except these. But this one I've maxed already. And at this level I don't think I need to make much food. I don't think it's necessary. Anyway, back on track. Catherine.
Hey, there's a lady over there waving to you. Let's go and see what she wants.
Welcome to the Adventurers Guild.
She's the most magical
I have had my eye on you for a long
being
time.
on this land.
You've had your eye on him, eh? Has she been causing some mischief?
Oh, that is not what I meant at all. Being on the lookout for great adventurers is part of my job. When I look at you, I see one with the potential to rival the great adventurers of legends.
Oh man, you have no idea. You have
Paimon
no
sees it
idea.
too. Paimon always feels safe adventuring with him.
Nevertheless, to the adventurer, experience is far more precious than potential.
True.
You must accumulate adventurer experience to increase your adventure rank. Time is of the essence. Allow me to brief you on...
Wait, are you saying we're like official adventurers now?
Do not worry. The Adventurers Guild does not charge a membership fee or impose any kind of duties on its members.
Except that of giving me all the hardest and most annoying missions. Like in Dragonspine.
In short, there are lots of benefits, but no drawbacks to becoming a member.
Sure.
Basically, the Adventurers Guild rewards you every time your adventure rank increases. Here is a new member's gift for you. You will need to return here to claim rewards in the future.
Yeah. Okay, I've gotten level 2, 3, 4. Oh my god, I have so many. 5, 6, and 7. Okay, I'm probably really rich right now.
Without further ado, please allow me to officially welcome you, our new avid adventurer, into the guild.
Thank you.
Here is your adventurer handbook.
That looks more like a marketing pamphlet.
It is, in a way. But it has some practical uses too. It has
Okay.
a record of available commissions and rewards. And it is also proof of your membership. Oh, and one more thing. Sometimes you will find yourself stuck at a certain adventure rank. When this happens, you need to perform some impressive feats to gain further recognition from the guild.
Yeah, I don't like doing those quests.
Impressive feats? Sounds like hazing to me.
They are simply specific adventures that allow you to ascend to the next adventure rank on completion. Ascension adventures, if you will.
They're usually really hard.
But that will come later. Opportunities to win recognition will come as you gain more adventure experience.
That was a police car. If it was, you could probably hear it.
That will do for today. We will have plenty of chances to meet again in the future. Ad
Cool.
Astra Abyssosk, adventurer.
We will see each other
With
every
effort,
day.
You shall reach the stars and conquer the abyss.
No. I don't think I will conquer the abyss, actually. The spiral one, at least. Okay. Press F1? Oh, man. I don't have F1. Whatever. This is why I use these. Okay. I can claim all of these. That's really nice. 3 teleport waypoints. Easy. 15 chests. Easy. Upgrade the statue of the 7 to level 2. Easy. And now we can claim this one as well. Oh. Okay. I've unlocked none of these. And I haven't unlocked this as well. Story quests. Okay. Do I not have the daily
Ad
quests?
Astra Abyssosk.
Not yet. Okay, goodbye. How long has it been? It's been 2 hours. Damn. Definitely a good idea. Who is sending me emails? Okay, I don't care about that. I don't care about that. I don't care about that. And I don't care about that. Boring. Emails that I have to get and that are never interesting. Oh, actually, I have enough ore to talk to you. Oh, you have an assistant now. Cool.
What do you want? Oh,
I got the iron
yes.
chunks.
I'd forgotten about that. These are okay,
Very
I
nice.
guess. Should be able to salvage something from them.
Okay. It shouldn't take very long, will it? Bam. Whatever.
If you ever find ore in the future, you can always come and see me. Ideally when I'm not busy. A blacksmith's work takes focus and concentration. It does not take small talk with customers.
Which is probably why he's got an assistant.
When the craft is good, business is good. That's all there is to this trade, and anyone who tells you different is trying to con you. And if there's nothing else, I'll carry on with my work.
Don't worry, I won't try to make conversation with you in the future.
Committed to his work. Paimon will give him that.
Take your pick.
His
He's
temper
a
isn't
guard.
great, but leave it to him and he'll be able to forge what you need.
No, still not what I wanted. I'm gonna get rid of a cat list and another cat list. This one looks cooler. Okay, now we'll get rid of the notification. Very well. I get artifacts for you? Do I? When you view an artifact in the character menu, the main affix and minor affix on said artifacts that suit this character will be highlighted. Ooh. I don't think I have enough of them to actually see the difference in that. There's also like a lot of sets that you can get through the... oh, I don't know what they're called. I have none of them unlocked anyway. I'm gonna put them on these two guys first. You can get them through the daily tasks that you do, the daily domains. And you can filter. There didn't used to be this before. No, that's not what I want. I want to set the filters. Now there's like a little icon to tell you this set is really good for this character, which I like so much because there's so many of them, and I was never able to choose like the best one for a character. So what I'll usually do now is I'll filter on those I have, and this one I have kind of a lot of on the other account. I'll filter on those, and then depending on which character is my favorite, I'll give them the best items. And then the second favorite gets the second best items, and so on and so forth. Because this is a really complicated part of the game for me. I wasn't really careful reading the introductions to it the first time I played, and then it was like very overwhelming because there's so many. But yeah, some of them I've never had. Like this one, I don't even know where you get this. One I have a lot of is obviously this one, the adventurer one. And Witch of Flames, I have a few. This one I was trying to get. Just basically a whole bunch of things, but I don't think it matters for now at the level I'm at. I don't think it does much, so I'm just gonna give them whatever. Traveling Doctor, sure. Traveling Doctor, sure. Incoming Healing, Elemental Burst, cool. That's what we have, so that's what you get. Traveling Doctor, bam. And there you go. He's got 3 of them. I don't think it does much, but he's got them. You need some as well. We have another flower. Cool. We have many. Attack, attack, attack. Okay. Adventurers. Oh, max HP. That's pretty cool. And for Lisa. Okay, they're all the same, so it doesn't matter. And this one, I guess? Max HP. Sure, will do. Now, do we get some cool achievements? A few, maybe. Complete the Outlander who got the wind. Okay. Obtain the power of Anemo. As if we could avoid that in any way. Banish the dragon. Well, banish is a strong word, because it's not really been banished for a long time. Okay. The shop I don't care about. These two I'm not going to open right now because it's annoying. Profile. That works for me. Name card. I don't have any. There's nothing I can change. I'm definitely not changing those. To those. Set my birthday. Didn't I really do that? Month. I was born in December on the 13th. Cool. That's in a million years, so it's fine. Well, that's new. Or is it just something I never open usually? That's probably what it is. Ooh. Okay, all the weapons that I don't have. There's so many. Oh my god, I didn't think there would be this many. Oh, I need to unlock them to view them. Okay. Some of this is so cute. These 4? They're adorable. Okay. I didn't get many of these. I think maybe I get this one? I don't know. I didn't get many of the cool weapons. So, that's something I hope I'll get better at. Oh my god, there's gonna be so many enemies. They all have their own category. Is this how many I've killed? It is! Oh, that's so cool! I've killed 20 small slimes? 7 of those. I hope it counts the domains for this. That's all. I've encountered so few of them. Do I need to kill them? By hunting or discovering the appropriate animal. Oh my god, I'm gonna need to kill them. Oh. What do you mean captured? I'm not gonna capture them? What? I didn't even know you could capture cats. I don't know where I've met them. I've never pet any of them, so. There's a butterflies in the wild. This one, I think I might have gotten them. No, I didn't get them. And there were a bunch of lizards as well, but I missed them all. Anyway, oh, there's so many things. That's for later. Mail. I got mail. Survey. Wings of Companionship has just been sent to all travelers who have joined us on our journey. As thanks for supporting and encouraging us all the while. Cool. $3 million official websites pre-registration. I wasn't a part of that, but thank you for giving me the rewards anyway. I'll do the survey at another time. Don't care. Okay. What quests do we have? None? Oh, I can't do this one? Kaya's trouble. You bump into Kaya, whom you first met during Storm Terror's attack, at the Knights of Favonius headquarters. Okay. Wait to tell me go to the Knights of Favonius headquarters. That's fine. I will go visit the Knights. Can I climb my way there? Probably. At least part of the way. I thought for sure this would unlock me the daily quests though. Like that at this point when you get Catherine in the guild, you would get the daily quests, but maybe not. I don't think I'm gonna do them daily. Definitely not gonna stream myself doing them daily, but I don't know. It can take a lot of time. Nope, that was not you I wanted to talk about. To talk to. Goodbye.
This is bad.
Hi.
Such a hassle. What am I going to do?
What's wrong?
Oh, thank the thousand winds. Your arrival must be the grace of the gods.
Okay, yeah, sure, because that was the attitude you had with me earlier, when you were just condescending as hell.
If I may ask, envoy sent by the Animo god to save this mere mortal, could you
Wow.
spare a moment?
Wow.
Ew, cut it out.
Try even harder if you can. Can't say I don't have the time.
I cannot let my peers hear about this. I cannot seek help from anyone else but you. Please,
Sure.
let us move to somewhere more fit for such conversations. Let's talk in the courtyard, just outside headquarters. Come with me.
What's with the sneakiness?
Sounds like he's about to... Oh no. Secret pirate treasure quest. Sounds like he's about to invite us to some like pyramid scheme thing. With the secrecy and like, oh, I can't let other people hear about this. Yes, you can. You're just being an idiot. Where are we even going right now? I thought we were going to the back of the thing. Please tell me it didn't make me go all the way around, so just I have to climb a wall? Oh, no. Could have just jumped though. When there's events, they set up a little booth here, and there's been like a bunch of ones where you would play a little bomb game. It was so fun, I loved it. Because there's a character who does like a lot of explosions
will do.
and stuff.
Tell us
Sure.
what it's about already.
How should I begin? Oh, right. Let me tell you a secret first.
Sure.
It's a secret of my past, and I confide in you to keep it.
Don't worry. Paimon's lips are sealed.
As a matter of fact, my grandfather was a pirate.
Was he though?
Oh,
Because I don't think there's a lot of piracy going on, unless you're in Leeway.
Wait, why do you sound so blithe? Do you think I'm making it up?
Yes.
Look at my eye patch. I inherited it from my grandfather, and this is solid proof that we are related by blood.
Yeah, how surprising.
Yesterday, I was glancing through the notes my grandfather left and stumbled upon records that spoke of a treasure.
treasure?
According to his notes, the treasure is buried in the lost Arcadian ruins.
Treasure.
Paimon just hears treasure and that's it. She's sold. She'll do anything.
But the location of the ruins is currently unknown. I've tried searching for clues.
Okay.
Treasure! Kaya,
Treasures that consist of nothing but gold and gems are third-rate treasures. My grandfather's treasure is a sword. A magic sword that grants the wielder unrivaled power.
Imagine if it was true and he inherited an eye patch, but not a sword. I'd be so salty about it forever.
Oh, wow!
The sword
Yeah.
was dropped from Celestia into the sea by a god. It was later salvaged by my grandfather's crew by pure coincidence. The moment he gripped the sword, thunder roared, billows howled, and the clear skies were suddenly swallowed by raging winds. With the might of the magic sword, my grandfather went on to defeat a Hydra, a silver-haired banshee, a wicked abyss dragon.
I don't think there are abyss dragons.
But the immense power of the sword enticed many more greedy pirates. To avoid meaningless conflicts, my grandfather hid the magic sword. These
Right.
incredibly thrilling adventures are romances that could only be told by pirates.
Or a good writer.
Holy moly! That's just insane!
A gang of treasure hoarders has been very active lately, and many ruins have had their relics stolen by them.
Don't worry, soon it will be me stealing all the relics from everywhere.
I'm afraid that they will soon discover the Arcadian ruins, and the magic sword will be lost.
We won't let it fall into the wrong hands. We must get the sword before them.
Mm-hmm.
You just rest assured that we are here to help.
Wow. Great. Please keep it a secret. I'll wait for your good news.
Hey, so what you think? Isn't it exciting? We're talking about a super duper powerful
Oops.
sword.
Is it really, really true?
Well, let's go to the Adventurers Guild and see if we can find out more. The adventurers should know more about the ruins, right?
Oh, I'm sure they do. And with just a very well-placed mention of treasure, Kaya made sure that we would do his work for him. Which I think is really rude. Like, how dare you? I'm not even getting paid for these. Oh, hello. Even Barbados needs his rest. Rest is only rest after a day of hard work, otherwise it's just loafing off. What are you doing? I'm receiving the will of Barbados. Tell me about the windmills? The windmills are instrumental in drawing water from Mondstadt. Our family has worked with windmills for generations. This is why I'm well aware of it. Tired of it? Not at all. I'm always full of energy as long as the wind of Barbados blows. Okay. Actually, on the windmills, here, there are mushrooms. And I need a bajillion ton of them to level up Barbara. So, we will go and get some mushrooms. Which for now is a little useless, but for later will be very useful. Oh, I didn't know there was a ledge here. Perfect. So there's another one on top. Who made this? No! Don't tell me I'm trapped here because of this. It was here, yes. Thrilling gameplay. Okay. Move. Why are you climbing so slowly? Oh my god. Is he even gonna get it? Or is he gonna fall? Please don't die. Okay, we didn't die. There's also stuff to get from here, but not now. And on top of here, somewhere, there's a teleportation point that I can't access right now. That's fine. And there's something here apparently? There's a little indication that there's something at least. Merchant poster. Oh yeah. There's a... oh no. There's a quest later where I have to find a bunch of posters around the city, and I've never found them all. Imagine poster. Try the all-new Good Hunter meal deal. Get 10% off when you purchase a satisfying salad and a sticky honey roast in a single order. But you can't actually buy them. Like, not from the section that we had before. Bam. It's in this tower. The one with the roof. The teleportation point is there. Anyway. Mondstadt. It's very pretty. Oh, and there's something here. Oh, it's eggs. Very well. There's a bunch of stuff hidden on the roof of the buildings. Like here, there's a page of something. I think it might be a recipe, actually. Let's see. Sure, that's not the most practical way to go, but... And there's... No, that doesn't look like a recipe. There's a chest, which we need to raise our adventure rank to be able to move on to the other story quests. Another poster. The Adventurers Guild is now recruiting new members. To sign up, speak to Branch Master Cirrus in Mondstadt today. I have no idea who that is, actually. We don't have that yet. Whoops. Well, we're gonna go to the Adventurers Guild. A dog! Can we pet the dog? Please tell me we can. No! We can't pet the dog! Heartbreaking. 0 out of 10. Isn't that where I'm supposed to go? Where am I supposed to go? It's the Knights of Favonius? Why did it say the Adventurers Guild then? Wait, it removed the quest, didn't it? Yeah. Oh, damn it. Ugh, whatever. Oh, because I have to talk to him? Go to where Cirrus is and ask for information. Well, just when I was saying I don't know who that is.
Welcome to the Adventurers Guild.
Okay, sure. Thank you. We're looking for
We're not
something.
here for something that boring. We're looking for a sword that fell from Celestia. One that can kill 8-headed banshees and silver-haired hydras.
Paimon, our reputation, please.
It's super mega uber powerful.
You've said too much.
It's fine as long as Paimon doesn't tell them the treasure's location.
Okay, but we're here to ask about the treasure location. What?
So, Cyrus, do you
Oh
know
my
where the
God.
lost Arcadian ruins are supposed to be?
Now she's done it.
Arcadian ruins. Never heard of them.
Cool.
Thanks for your intel anyway. If you do find these ruins, I'd love to see them.
Oh, I'm sure.
My intel?
That doesn't look like someone friendly.
Still no clues. Well, it's not like it's gonna be easy.
And now we
on,
need
it's
to
the
talk to
hiding place
Kaya.
of the super amazing sword.
Higher 77 meters.
We
Where the
should go
hell
meet
is
up with
he?
Kaya first.
Oh, cause that's the Adventurers Guild? Can I go inside? I never go inside those buildings. No. Can't go inside, can't pet the dog. Terrible. Well, I don't actually care much about the inside. I care about the dog way more. Is there anything I can get from here? You sell furniture that I cannot afford and will not be able to afford for several more 100 years, probably? Well, I do have money right now, but it won't last once I start getting upgrades and stuff.
Oh,
Hello,
you're
Kaya, it's
back.
us again.
Do you have news for me?
Absolutely, Paimon spilled all the beans.
Listen,
All at once.
we asked around the Adventurers Guild and found, well, nothing.
That much is expected.
Why is that?
Oh, I only mean that what's the fun in finding it without the hard work?
Yeah, that's totally what you meant.
However, I do have some clues. I sent
Cool.
someone to collate black market intel. It seems that someone does know about the Arcadian ruins.
You?
Really? Where's the guy?
Now, as per the black market's rules, they will send someone to meet us to prevent leaks.
The black market rules? Man, aren't you supposed to be a knight?
We will be meeting the informant at the Whispering Woods.
Then what are we waiting here for?
It's not ideal for Kaya to show his face.
That's right. You read my mind.
Not really.
I am a knight, so I shouldn't have any dealings with the black market. You have my thanks. Of course, you'll be compensated for your troubles. By the knights.
Sure.
Ooh, no problemo.
So it's fine for my reputation as an adventurer and pretty much an ally of the knights to show my face on the black market, though? I missed the message about ley lines. Ley lines openings that are generated in response to someone's will? Are they? Touch the opening and defeat all opponents to receive a ley line blossom. You may spend original resin to receive extravagant treasure. Cool. You can only do so many a day, so you can use them to reach higher places. Yes, that's what I was doing earlier. When several are put together, their powers are released. To produce a wind current. Yes, that's what I was thinking. Oh, because it was this one, but it's not the same. I don't know. I can't tell the difference between the two. But we got some primos for it. Meet the informant at the designated location, which is... Oh, it's right outside the city? Easy. Is this a dead end, or can I actually go through here? No, I think I can go through. Would have been kind of awkward otherwise. The little dog. I love you, little dog. I wish I could give you all the kisses. You look so happy. 10 out of 10. Well, not really. I can't pet him, but still pretty good. A happy dog. Okay, and one thing I need to remember as well is here there are these, and I can do this. And I get some seeds, which I will need later to improve my characters.
Windblade!
Hello? Hi. Say, have you heard of the Dandelion Sea? No, I've not. There's this book I read. It says that somewhere in Mondstadt there's a big sea of dandelion. It even has little talking foxes in it. That's pretty cool. I want to know what talking to animals is like. But I've only seen a guy in green clothes and white socks talk to animals before. Happened to bump into him. Green clothes and white socks? Okay. I told Mom how awesome he was, but that guy said I was mistaken.
Come on. Where is it?
I have no idea who that could be. Because sometimes the characters will reference other characters that you maybe have met or have not met before. The guy in the forest. Well, I shouldn't say. Because it's gonna happen
Windblade!
in not that long, I think. Well, not that long. I've been at this for 2 hours and 30 minutes, so I think I'm gonna do half an hour more and then I'll be good. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so many. There's also the fisherman guy over there, but I can't talk to him yet. Oof. Okay, what the hell? Please keep running well. Oh, actually, did I turn off? I don't think I did. Nope, I didn't. Okay. Goodbye. Little boink. I forgot to turn off. Okay, what kind of idiot are we gonna meet?
She's in trouble!
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine. Is he still alive? Yes, he is. Not for long. Hello, Violet. Oh my god.
Why is this happening to me? I shouldn't have helped him.
Him who?
Kaya, maybe?
Thanks so much for saving me. You're far more reliable than those Favonius guys.
It's nothing.
Sure.
He's a traveler. He has to deal with stuff like this all the time.
Traveler? I've heard stories about you. I didn't think I'd be saved by the one I'm here to meet.
You've already heard stories about me?
Oh, so you're the...
I've been here like 3 days.
I didn't know how I could pay you back initially, but now I think I'll just give you the intel for free.
Because I was meant to pay for it? Come
People
on,
in
man.
our circle know how important the network is.
Thank you, friend.
But it's lucky for Kaya, isn't it? He's supposed to pay for the intel.
Listen well then. The intel on the Arcadian ruins.
Which is totally not made up at all.
3 6-armed giants reside in the city in the lake. 2 guard the statue, 1 the treasure.
What about the other 3?
Right.
Oh no, 3, 6 on, not 6. Oh my god.
Wait, is that it?
Oh, maybe Kaya would get me.
There's also
With his
this
lies.
map that came with it.
Oh, I'm gonna have to climb. Isn't that the tower I was on just before? It just might be.
This be the experts the spot? So the clue is more like a riddle. Well, should be a piece of cake for you, right? Paimon will leave you to it then.
Sure.
Well, if you can't solve it, we can ask Kaya. He seems like a nerd too.
I'll leave
Okay,
you the intel
thank you,
so you can
Paimon.
review it at any time.
Thanks, Vile. 3 6-armed giants reside in the city in the lake. 2 guard the statue, 1 the treasure. What does that mean? If you don't want to ask Kaya, you better figure it out.
I'm not gonna bother with the riddle. I'm just gonna go get the... whatever is at the place on the picture. And I'm also gonna be lazy. And do this. Teleport. Okay, and then... I think it's this one. Because it gives a good view. Or maybe this one? No, we're gonna try this one first. Ooh, or maybe here? Which one would give us the best view of the statue? Perfect. We don't even have Barbara yet. We already have the stuff to improve her. I think this one can actually push me. And I'm not low, which is annoying. Yeah, that's exactly the one I was on earlier. At least I think. Because we don't have a... Oh, maybe actually. We have a good view of the statue. Missing person poster. Oh, it's my poster for my sister. Well, it's Amber's poster. Okay, so this isn't... Maybe it's higher? On the upper platform? How do I get to it? There's actually a ladder. Let's be smart about this. And not climb the wall if I can climb the ladder. Because it's much easier. Oh.
Ooh, let me see what's inside. She
Something
doesn't
cool?
love him at all. The passion rushing through the clear spring is just a front. When she's cold and alone, her true heart is revealed. There's another map.
That's so far away. Well, good thing I got the waypoint that's about here. I guess we're gonna have to go.
More riddles? Paimon's dizzy already. Oh no, Paimon used up all her brain juice.
You never had any to begin with.
Paimon will let
So
you
mean.
have all the fun. Or you could get Kaya to help.
No, I guess we're gonna go on our own. We don't need Kaya. He's tricking us to do his work. I can do it alone. Oh. Can I go any higher? I don't think it will let me climb, but we can try. Come on, don't be... Oh my god. Don't be stupid. You can go up there. It's not that hard. Okay, no, he can't go up there. Very cool, Kaya. Very cool. Actually, I don't need to go there. I don't... Do I need to talk to him? Solve the mystery. Go to Kaya for a hint. No, I don't want to go to Kaya for a hint. It's somewhere here, I think?
Seems all the other nights.
Treasure clue. Read. There's water, and it's close to the water. Do I have this on my map? I hope I do.
Already have their hands full.
There's water, and it's near the water. I was gonna say it's here. We're gonna navigate to that, and we're gonna teleport here to navigate to that. This... Oh. Oh no. We're gonna go through the easier path. Because I can't climb very high yet. Maybe I should go and offer my things.
What's the hurry?
When I'm running, you don't like it? When I'm not moving, you don't like it? Oh, that one is... Oh my god, he's huge. I'm gonna have to go around it. And also, I'm gonna have some food. Just so I'm safer. What? Those are huge! And they're super powerful. What is he doing here? I didn't know they were here. Do I have a key for one of these? Oh my god, no. Run. I'm not taking the chance of a fight with those guys. They're going to absolutely crush me. So it's somewhere around here. I actually have an advantage here that I remember from my first game. That it's... Oh, really? It's a cave of some sort. There's the cold in effect here? Man. That's gonna get me so quickly. I think it's on that beach here. Will the actual Kaya appear if I'm right? They're
How
level
about a ghost story to
30.
go with the snow?
This is pretty dangerous actually, because they're so strong. Yeah, somewhere around here. But the ice is absolutely gonna get me. I don't have enough life points to survive very long here. I know what the effects of the cold are. Will the lamp counteract them? No. Hell. This will, I know for sure. But that doesn't really help me know where to go. Because there's all of this. Like, this is the edge of the dragon spine zone, where I absolutely cannot survive. And I don't remember it involving this, so we're gonna actually take the easy way out and go ask Kaya. Because I'm not
Come on, let's take a
really
look.
looking forward to spending all my life and killing all my characters trying to find it. When I could just ask him. Whoops, there was a bench in the way. Hello Kaya, I am stupid, please give me a clue. Or better yet, go with me, because technically we have all the stuff we need. We have an actual map.
She doesn't love him at all. The passion rushing through the clear spring is just a front. When she's cold and alone, her true heart is revealed.
I think it's a river. And a frozen river.
Any idea what that means?
Is this some page stripped from a love novel that you just happened to find?
Okay, thank you. Pretty sure you set that up yourself, so.
So it's not a clue. No wonder someone as clever as Paimon wasn't able to get it.
Okay,
I'm
sure.
just joking.
Take this more seriously, Kaya.
This riddle is hard to figure out. Clear spring. Is it referring to Springvale?
How would I know what Springvale is?
Passion rushing through the clear spring.
I'm not
So
from
when does
here.
passion rush through a clear spring?
When the water level changes?
Not a bad idea. Like when there's a waterfall, for example.
Absolutely.
It appears the solution to this enigma relates to the waterfall behind Springvale.
The waterfall behind Springvale? There's a waterfall?
Only the clear spring that blesses Mondstadt can reveal the passion described here. And the heart of the waterfall must refer to the cliff on the left side of the waterfall. I noticed it once when I was out on patrol in the area. The ending, cold and alone, probably has something to do with cryo, which can be controlled by a vision. You should probably take someone who can manipulate cryo with you.
Like you.
It's nothing. If a Knight of Favonius couldn't even answer a riddle, how could we be trusted to solve criminal mysteries?
I don't know, maybe it's a little harder when you didn't make the riddle yourself.
Let's go take a look in Springvale. We'll leave you to your criminal mysteries. No, wait. Leave you to solving your criminal mysteries.
No, I think he's doing the criminal mystery right now. And I'm the victim. Hello, yes I am starting again. I have another save where I went all the way to Inazuma. Oh, that was the wrong key. But I wanted to start from the beginning and do the story in order. And just go through things slowly, pay more attention on all that. And also for this one I'm playing Aether, for the other one I'm playing Boomin. So yeah, I just started today. It's been a bit over 2 hours. Where am I going actually here? And so far it's going pretty well. I kept trying to use the glider before it was given to me. So there's that. Also, I saw it was telling me to go talk to her, I think. Yes, very cool. Level 8. Nice. So now we've unlocked the next part of the quests. This one? Level 10. Okay, I'm just an idiot then. I thought for sure it was level 8, but... I was gonna do the Kaya's quest first anyway. But I don't know, I don't know why I thought that. Doesn't something unlock at level 8? Maybe not. Actually, one thing I do need to do is raise their levels a little bit. What? Okay, that brings you to level 20. That's perfect. I can't do that yet. And I'm gonna do Atlas second. And 10 levels as well. Very cool. That'd be cool. I was looking for someone who has started the game over again, because I've forgotten some of the lore too. Honestly, some of the explanations it's giving me for like the powers and what you can do with various things, I'm like, oh, I had no idea. I completely forgot that. So, worth it in my opinion. And also I'm gonna stream it all. Because when I'm just playing in my own time, I feel guilty. I feel like I should be working instead. I'm like, oh, I could be drawing my comic right now. But if I'm streaming it, in my brain, it counts as productive. So, we'll work with that. It's a weird brain thing. Okay. We have not gone to this side before, but I'm kind of scared of how strong the enemies are gonna be. Because they were level like 34 in the other area. Was I in the right place? No, I was too far. Actually, I'm gonna remove that one. So it's here and not here. Because here there's the cold and it's horrible. We're gonna follow the path. Oh, and there's a teleportation point. Perfect. There's actually a mission here later, I'm pretty sure. With Chunlin. Which I thought would give me the character or something, but no. I don't know why in a gacha game I expected the game to give me more characters than it does. Which isn't a very smart assumption to make. Ooh, a cooking pot. And a bunch of ingredients. Perfect. Can I make something? I can. Perfect. Oh, I made one gem. Okay. This one is full, this one isn't, this one isn't, and this one isn't. We're gonna do this one first. When I have more characters, I'll have bonuses here, and they'll give me like specific things. And some of them give you double results, like instead of making one dish, you make two, and that's very nice. And those two are maxed already. Cool. Not sure this is the way. I'm gonna try to go upwards. Also, it's weird how everyone just went back to normal. The day after a dragon created was basically 3 typhoons in the city. Just like, oh, okay. The wind has gone down. We're good. We're just going back to normal. Business as usual. Which is better for me, because I can shop and stuff, but kind of get it. Looking how big the lore has gotten, anyone who's starting the game today would have a lot to uncover. I got back into it a few months ago. Stopped after playing a few months last year. Honestly, I think the fact that there's so much lore now is actually really good. Because I know there's like a huge story for me to get into. There's so much that I can watch and play and stuff. It's just, I know I'm gonna have a lot of fun because I've tried the game before, obviously. So I know I'm gonna have a good time and that there's a huge story for me to do. That's very nice. But it can be very intimidating, yeah, when you're just starting. It's also why I wanted to play on a new game rather than a previous game, the previous one I have. Because that way I'm starting from the beginning and anything I've missed, I'll get again. I think I'm supposed to go here. That didn't work. Oh, okay. Pancone, cool. Does that work better? Yeah, a little bit. It's a chest?
Fascinating.
Because that's not what I'm meant to find, is it? It's gotta be higher. That felt too easy. Oh, that one's not gonna be easy. Even higher? Yes. To look at the big map. But yes, the story and lore is definitely very interesting to go through if you pay attention. And it won't end quickly, so hours of content. Exactly. I like playing really long things. So I'm good with like hours and hours and hours of stuff. I'm never gonna make it to the top. Am I? It's looking very unlikely. But I know like when you're just starting to know that there's so much, and if you watch someone else play like the end game, there's so much stuff. It must be pretty intimidating. But I'm not scared. Lower by 40 meters. What do you mean? Oh, the waterfall is here. Okay. Man, what I wouldn't do for my actual characters. Goodbye. I need to get them better stuff as well. Improve their weapons and everything. Does it count if I'm pushing you off the side? I think it does. Are they gonna climb back up? I don't think so. Maybe they did actually. Maybe they respawned. In some of the quests, when I go too far, the monsters stop following me. And they go back to their spawn. And they get their entire life back. And sometimes they walk away on their own. I'm like, where are you going? And please come back. And stop leaving. So I don't have to fight you twice.
Freeze.
If you start new, getting new characters isn't really likely. Because to level them up, you have to unlock the newer areas. Yes, I know about that, and I think...
This
Oh,
time,
shit.
the mysteries have all been solved.
For some of the
took a lot of
characters, I'll just not play them until I get to an area where I can, like, level them efficiently. Because my favorite characters to play are Ningguang, Kaya, and the Liyue lawyer, whose name I can't remember right now. But those three are, like, my favorites. And I know I can level them pretty efficiently in Liyue. And until then, I'll just, like, play mostly Kaya. Because it's what I did in my other save and it worked fine. So I'll just do that again. But there's a ton of characters I know I don't want because I've tried them before and I really don't like playing them. So I hope I'm a little more lucky. And even if I don't get like the awesome, really powerful characters, I just don't get the ones I hate playing. It's very annoying, I get it. Almost killed a ruined god and then bro went to its spawn and I ended up having to do it all over again. It's the worst. Especially when it's the really, really strong ones that you're struggling over and you've been here for like 15 minutes and you're almost done. And he just decides, you know what? I think I'm done here. I'm gonna go back home and we're gonna do it again. Who is messaging me? Prank a bank. Whoops. Okay. Sure, I'll do that. Tomorrow, I think? Whatever. Anyway, the mystery's been solved.
But in all fairness, this treasure map really is terrible. It looks like it was drawn by a pirate.
It looks like it was drawn by a kid. You're so
Now,
easy to trick. Let's report to Kaya first.
Paimon believes that there is no need.
Really?
Let's
Why
go
not
for it.
Paimon?
Don't want anyone else to get there before we do.
Do you maybe want the treasure for yourself?
Like the treasure hoarders Gaia told us about. Anyways, Paimon just wants to borrow the sword to... no, you heard nothing. Paimon just wants to see it.
Am I getting killed in the background by slime?
Definitely not to become super mega powerful and do nothing but play.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Paimon will save the chit-chat for later.
I don't even think we get a sword by the end of it.
Arcadian treasure hunt, here we go!
Do I still have... Oh my god, no! Stop pushing me! Anyway, I think the best playable character in the game is Ningguang by far. I love her, she's awesome, she's the best. And the slimes were trying to kill me in the background and failing, but they almost pushed me off the edge of the cliff, which would have been very annoying. Where are we going, little Sealy? Oh, is there something here? Oh, yes. There's a domain I can unlock.
How fortunate.
Cool. Stuff I can't use. Bam. Let's go. Oof. Recommended potty level 38? What? That's huge. It's in a million years. But at least it's unlocked. Where am I going? Oh, it's all the way over there. Oh, okay. Well, I think it's gonna be the last thing I do. And then I'll probably stop for today, because it's been 3 hours by this point. Oh man, I don't want to kill the animals. But if I need them for the book thing, then I will kill them. I will have no mercy and just get them all. Yeah, as I said, it's a beach. I was right. I know everything. Whoops. Not what I wanted to do. These I also need a bunch of. I don't remember what for exactly, but I remember I spent a million years looking for them. Oops. When do I usually stream? I usually stream on mornings, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but I do drawing and animation. And for Genshin, I'm gonna stream in the afternoon. Today was mostly a test to see if I like it, if it works, but clearly my computer can handle it, so it's fine. And maybe tomorrow afternoon. I don't know. Because sometimes my partner works from home, so there's more noise and stuff. But if you want to know, I usually announce it on my Blue Sky account, which I've linked in my profile stuff. So if you want to follow me there, just to see. Because I usually don't post about it anywhere else. I know I should, and I know I should, like, make more stuff about this, the fact that I stream, but, ugh. I'm pretty bad at making short videos and remembering that I have things that I need to announce that people don't just know about them randomly. Okay, I'll follow you there. Sure. I will remember to announce.
Is it just me? Or does it look plain?
Yeah, it does look kind of staged, huh?
Oh, Paimon gets it! The perfect disguise
No.
is always in plain sight!
No.
Kaya's grandpa sure is impressive.
Listen.
Oh, mice!
You didn't try, did you?
It's no time to get suspicious. We're close. Hurry, the treasure is waiting for us.
Oh, I'm sure it is. Okay. Do I have other weapons? No, I only have the basic ones. You, however, have a slightly better one? Can I improve it? Yes, I can. Level 17! Cool. But now I don't have anything for Kaya. Maybe that was a mistake. Can I not use these? Oh, because they're 2 and 3 stars. Maybe that's why. I don't mind. It's early. Oh my god. Okay, this one brings it to level 20. Okay, sure. Well, they're gonna do more damage, and that's what I care about. I'd like to watch your art content too. I'm interested in comics and stuff too, so it will be fun. Well, I do comics usually once or twice a week, so that's definitely something you can watch. Depending on your time zone, it might be impractical though, because I'm in France. Lost treasures reveal themselves only to those who with true wisdom. Having solved the mystery of Arcadia, you finally arrive at the site of the treasure. That's pretty cool, because we'll need that to improve stuff later on. Lots of money. That's also pretty cool. That's pretty cool. What do we do with this? Is this for the traveler? Jade. Probably not. I never remember what it is for the traveler. But I know I never have all of it. Okay, that's good. Lisa level 2. That's kind of sad. But I'm not gonna use her, so. So here we are. We're gonna murder everyone here for Kaya. Oh. Well, that was... Okay, goodbye. If I can kick you over the wall, I will. For these. Whoops. Okay. Guess that worked. Okay. Will they come after me? Yes. Yeah, but I'd like to join whenever I can. Sure. Whoops. Okay, no comment on my abilities.
Frostbite.
Within 60 seconds? Usually I would say easy, but maybe not so easy right now. Oof. Okay. We'll pretend like that went fine. I'm not used to them being so weak. This is a huge change. It's 9:30 for me right now, so it might be a little impractical sometimes. But it wouldn't be much of an obstacle. Oh, 9:30 morning or evening? Because we have people from all over the world sometimes. PM. Oh. Ooh, almost bedtime. But yeah, that's not too big a difference.
Is this
It's
the end?
6 p.m. right now. Is this the end? No, there's gonna be something.
Where are you, my treasure?
Not here.
Let's look around.
Yeah, sure, we can look around, but
I'll save you the trouble.
oh, you got tricked
How about
just,
you let me
just as
take
much as
over?
he did. No, I don't think I will. Treasure hoarders?
Sharp eye, but too slow. I'm
Okay,
Izzard.
thank you.
I thank you both on behalf of the treasure hoarders.
I like how there's some sort of like guild or something, and they're just hanging out outside, waiting for me to like crush them, basically. Because every time I see them, I go and I crush them, and then they come back.
Aw, we've been keeping a low profile. How did word get out?
A low profile? Where?
Paimon won't let you have the treasure without a fight.
You would be wise not to underestimate us.
Paimon won't be doing any fighting. I'll be
My
doing the
gang
fighting.
is just outside waiting for my order.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure they
However,
are.
they're not as sociable as me.
You mean they don't want to brag? They just want to crush my face in?
I'm sorry to
Sure.
rain on your parade,
Kaya
but your
and
gang won't be
people.
participating in your current plan.
I don't know the names.
If you'd like to ask why, you can go see them in Mondstadt prison.
Ooh.
Or perhaps you'd prefer to join them permanently.
Did he commit a crime? Because technically he was just talking to us and lightly threatening us, but
The Knights.
Hey, it's Kaya. Kaya,
of course it's
he
Kaya.
wants to steal your treasure. Get him.
Oh, almost had it.
Oh, you mean the treasure?
The one I made up.
Sorry, but there wasn't any treasure to begin with. You came all the way for nothing. Just give it up.
What? No treasure?
No treasure.
Did Kaya just say there isn't any treasure?
You got me good. Didn't think the Knights would resort to such tactics.
A thief has no right to criticize the methods of the Knights of Favon. Wait, what are you?
You're not gonna get me.
Okay, bye. I'm sure there's monsters or something
Okay.
waiting for you on the other side.
What is this? I didn't mean it.
Oh my god, do we have to fight this? Yeah, I have friends time on my phone, so I can see it anytime. Ooh, practical. He's a treasure hoarder, so he definitely committed a crime. Yeah, he committed crimes, like, overall, but did he commit one right now? Well, he did, like, when he opened the door, but other than that.
What
Since-
a troublemaker.
Oh my god! There's no treasure
You,
to steal,
Knight,
technically.
You're not gonna watch me die, are ya?
I would love to, actually.
What an interesting suggestion.
Ouch.
Fine. I'll confess
Oh,
and
I
go
hate when you
quietly.
do that.
Please, just help me.
All right then. Guess I will have to do some overtime work after all.
Okay, one good thing about being somewhat familiar with the game is also that I
No
know
one escapes my
what they're
sight.
gonna do. I know the patterns. So it's a lot easier to
Wind blade.
fight.
What? Yeah.
Oh my god, and he's got minions? Go away.
Come a little closer.
That's not the one I wanted.
You're in for a little shock.
Whoops. I am very unfamiliar with who's where. Oh no, no, no. Please don't get me with this. I hate it. And I don't have enough life to
the
survive it for
hurry?
very long. Well, he's only level 10, but I'm also level 10.
This moment will be frozen in time.
I like that you don't take damage when they fall. Like if he falls on me, I'm not gonna
How
take damage from it.
embarrassing. Having my life saved by a knight.
I used to hate this boss until I saw how worse other ones can get once your world level increases. I know. I know. In some of the character trials, I got the snakes, sort of. the like mechanical snakes, I think they come from the desert. They're so strong. They're so incredibly strong. I was panicking the whole time. And since it was a trial, they gave you a lot of elemental energy. And thank God they did, because I was really struggling.
Don't forget what you promised, or that thing will be the least of your worries.
What did he promise?
Hey, is this how the Knights of Favonius treats the people they catch?
Duh.
I'm just joking. All right, let's take him back.
Sir, yes, sir.
One of my friend who was here earlier played like not even through to when you get to Mondstadt. I'm trying to convince her to play more so we can play together. But I think when she gets to the part where the word level increases, she's gonna really struggle and hate me for it.
Should we take these two in as well?
Hey! No!
What?
He tricked us to be here. You're not gonna put us in prison.
Of course not. They are the ones who made this arrest possible.
We're local heroes. You can't put us in jail.
Without them spreading our fabricated intel, we wouldn't have been able to catch the treasure hoarders.
There's no treasure.
You're a bad man for lying to me. Shame on the Knights.
All right, stop it already.
So he does have a heart.
Though the treasure doesn't exist, you did want it for yourself, didn't you?
Oh, she did.
Otherwise, you would have informed me of your intentions, no?
That? Well,
And there he got
go.
you.
Paimon's done talking to him.
Just a sec.
Please give me a sword.
You did help me out, so you do deserve a reward.
A
This
sword?
is the triumphant harbinger of dawn that points towards victory. As its name suggests, it symbolizes light and victory. If you don't mind, I would like to present you with this harbinger of dawn as a reward.
Harbinger of Dawn?
Is that the cool ass sword I have
That's right.
on the other one?
It suits a well-cultured and disciplined person such as yourself. Wouldn't you say, Paimon?
Oh yeah, that's definitely what we're thinking about Paimon.
Well, if the reward is this Harbinger of Dawn.
Definitely.
You'd forgive me, right? I'm honored to have such an understanding friend.
She's so easy.
Yes, yes.
You have my apologies for the deception. I will not use the same method twice.
Means you use a different method next
What
time?
a wonderful day. Now, I have to go interrogate my suspect.
I don't think there's much
Please excuse
interrogation
me.
to be done.
Do come visit me at our headquarters when you have the chance.
And we've completed the pirate quest. It said Act 1, but I don't think there's an Act 2. Is there? I get it. And also when you have to fight the Pyro Regisvine for the first time. Oh my god. That one got me so bad so many times. It's so hard. It's really, really hard. But I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. I have time before I have to worry about those. Right? Okay, a bunch of things. That's very cool. I'm not leaving anything behind, I don't think. Actually, can we go there? Is there anything here? No. Well, I tried. You have to fight so many bosses for the character materials. That's when your word level increases. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of the bosses you can fight like weekly. I usually don't do them all. I usually do the Geo one on the islands because I really like Ningguang, so if I can like increase our level, it's pretty worth it. But the others I don't do regularly. I was very sad in this quest when I found out he was lying about the treasure. Yeah. It would have been surprising to just tell us about a sword, like, randomly, like, oh, I have complete faith you're not gonna go and get it, I'm sure. If you have a good Diluca Jonling, you will have to worry about that boss. I did have Janlin on my other account. I don't enjoy playing her much, so I usually don't level her that much. Unless it's like, I want to level... I'm trying to level all the characters a little bit, just so if I need one of them, it's not like a really weak character. But I didn't enjoy playing her that much. Okay, waypoint, teleport. Did we make another level, another adventure rank? I don't think we did. But maybe. If I did, it's one closer to the story quest. Nope. Goodbye. Yeah, no worries for being an adventurer. Who's gonna do all the work around here? We both know it. Okay, what do I have? Swirl. Anemo plus other things, sure. For the quests, this one I can't do with Lisa. I think it's this one, which is the weird sort of date thing. This one, oh my god. This is the Wind Glider license, basically. Because she just gave it to me with no problem, and then she realized, oh, actually you need to be allowed to fly. You can't just get one. I really struggled with it the first time. Thanks to your effort, the flow has returned to normal. It's time to report back to Jean. That's at level 10. Iris has a warning for you regarding dragon spine's low temperatures. Oh, believe me, I know. Dailies we don't have yet, and that's all of it. Okay, I'll do that next. Yeah. But I think for today I'm gonna stop here, because it's been a little over 3 hours since I've started playing. And that's a lot. That's a long time to be playing, to be honest. So, yeah, I think I'll stop there. I have built Junling because I like her a lot, but I don't think I will play her once I level up the ones I need. Yeah. I think you can just keep playing her if she's like good enough for most enemies, and then have someone stronger that can really destroy the bosses. The Wind Glider quest is starting to everything. It's not though. It's so annoying. I already know how to glide. You gave me a glider, you gave me like 1 second of tutorial, and then I got put into a typhoon by the dragon, and then I knew how to fly. It was all good. I was strong, I was fine. I was perfectly okay to fly without a license. I don't need a license now. But apparently I do. Anyway. Thank you to everyone who came to watch me play Genshin for the first time on live. I hope my skills weren't too bad. I'd be better with a controller, but sadly that's not an option for now. Oh my god, what is that? Okay, that's just something that fell. I will be playing again maybe tomorrow. Big maybe on that one. Because I think my partner is working from home tomorrow, so I'm gonna have to negotiate that. But maybe, because I had a lot of fun, honestly. I like yapping, and I like yapping about video games, so that's the perfect mix. I will see you again soon. Thank you very much for coming. I hope you have a really good rest of your day. And I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.